Hi everyone, welcome back to Peony Lore, where we help you to find the beauty in all things. So this is going to be an all signs mid-month check-in. I will timestamp every single sign underneath so that you can skip to the ones that are most relevant for your particular star chart. But with us winding down all of these big energies, I was asked to go in and try to do a check-in for people. We're coming off of the 11/11 portal. Today is the 14th as I am recording this. So we have another couple of weeks before we hit the 11/22/22 portal, which is all about the opportunity to integrate all of the different energies that we have all pulled in. So as I was in meditation this morning, I asked them, I says, well, what's the real significance of what that's supposed to mean? And my guidance team shared with me that not only did many of us receive a lot of upgrades, the issue with people receiving upgrades is that sometimes you expect the details to like pop through like that, and that's not how it works. Your physical body is receiving the information. Your physical body is absorbing the cells. Your cells are changing. Your physical body is changing. And you have to give yourself a chance to integrate those energies. So I know when I did my 11/8 energies, I was talking, and then, well, if you're on my Facebook page, I think I listed out all of the details for November. And I'd mentioned that the last week and some change of November were really going to be an opportunity to kind of cool down. They were going to be energetically some very good weeks because of that specific reason. Like, we are integrating. So in the U.S., as we get ready to step into preparations for holiday time here in the U.S., Thanksgiving, the reality of the situation is that it is going to be very challenging for some people due to the fact that we have all gone through some significant change in one way, shape, fashion, or form. Don't need this. Let me put that away. And so anyway, I'm going to do a collective for what guidance is asking me to share with everyone, and then I'm going to break it down into each of the signs. Now, these are going to be full. We're going to do the variation of the Celtic cross. I don't normally do that, and I'm going to lay them out because clearly I don't have enough space on the table for you guys to be able to see everything probably in a straight order. But we're going to go through it, and we are going to start off with the energies for the collective. And so we're going to ask the oracle energies, or the energy of the oracle, or however it's tied, the energy oracle card, excuse me. I had to go and take a look here. Really what we have going on for the collective from now into the remainder of the month, as we're getting ready to switch signs into the sign of Sagittarius and that go, go, go energy. What do we have for all star signs? All star signs for the remainder of November here. Yep. And I want them to pop out, universe. You know, I don't like to chase. I want them to fully pop out. That's how I operate. Thank you. Yes. And the third card, please. Thank you. All right. So the first card that we have, and this will be representing sort of like past, current, and future energy. I'm not surprised at all at this. So this is the energy card that's called All Tied Up. So this would equate to the 8 of Swords. And this card in the reverse position is great. So many of us have released, or we're in the process of still releasing, changing, upgrading, going through the process of releasing ourselves from any tie that was a little bit odd in our situations. Everyone is going through it on one way, shape, fashion, form, or another. Period. End of discussion. If you're alive, you're going through some sort of a change. But currently, what's beautiful about shifting out of that energy is that we're in the phase of understanding who you are. Many people, not everyone. There's a lot of people that are going to integrate in different ways, but we're in this energy of walking away. We're in the energy of walking away from those things finally. Okay. And Starseeds, I'm talking to you specifically. You're walking away from things, protocols, matrices, old codex, things that are no longer for you. And it's okay. It's okay. You cannot grow unless you're willing to shift and move out of some of those older energies. And unfortunately, some people are still having a hard time dealing with that. So this is why the integration is very, very important as we get here to the remainder of the month. So the Broken Heart card can sometimes relate to specifically relationships, but in the pattern in what I'm reading right now, it's not easy for people to be going through these shifts. It's not easy for people to walk away from jobs or people that have been very close in their lives, or family members, or ways of thinking, or ways of feeling about certain things that have gone on in our world. So make sure that you are giving yourself time to go through those changes that you are personally going through, but also respect the fact that other people are going through changes that are right for them at that particular moment. And as we're all going through this shifting and sorting and changing, and asking for these new miracles and things to come in, which are coming for so many people, okay? You have to give yourself a break, and you should definitely be giving other people a break as well. So that is what is going on here in the collective. And that's just a great reminder to, you know, take kindness for yourself, for the energy that you are going through, but also to respect other people for the changes that they're going through as well, because it ain't easy, okay? It ain't easy. So those are the energy oracle cards. I'm not going to leave my stick thing on the holder on here because I'm always all hands and I knock stuff over. So we're just going to put these off to the side here. I'm going to go ahead and ask the therapy angel cards to share with us any other enlightenment that you can give to the collective as we are trying to heal the collective broken heart together, even in our own ways for ourselves. What do you have as far as a requirement or a suggestion for the collective before we get into each of the individual signs? Thank you. Well, we have the energetics of make sure that you're vacuuming away fear. And so this card is asking you to, where needed, to call on Michael and Raphael, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, to come to you and help you to vacuum away all fear. The response in this card when it comes to how you do this, as far as the protocol, is to make sure that you are lying down. Usually on your side is better, because a lot of the fear we get trapped is in the back of our back, and they will pull the energy out of the back of your spine. And so if you lay on your side, left or right, it doesn't really matter. And you ask Raphael and Michael together to come in to help vacuum away fear. They will do what it is that they need to do. You will feel it in your head. You will definitely feel it in your back. It should not be painful, but you would probably be very aware of it, especially if you're open. Now, again, the fear that we're talking about can be from energy that you walked away from. It could be from thought processes that you are just really scared to step into this next level of yourself. It could just be, I'm not really sure what to do. I just know that something is coming. So just be open to releasing yourself from that stagnant energy, because that's definitely not going to help you going into December, okay? But ask them to help you vacuum away fear. And then the fairies want to step in here and give you a positive piece, and then I will go ahead and jump into each of the different signs to see what's specifically going on. Yeah. And the reason why you're doing this, my friends, is so that you can continue to shine from within, okay? You have something specific, you have something special, and this is a time for you to accept that it's time to change. Things must shift in order for you to be in your most authentic and beautiful self, okay? So that is for every person on the planet if you're breathing. But we're going to go ahead and we're just going to start. We're just going to start. And again, I will timestamp, and I better grab really, really quickly here. There's my pad of paper so I can get some times down here. We're going to start with Aries. So we're starting with Aries, okay? At 9 minutes here and 4 seconds. Aries at 9:04. We're going to step into the energy of Aries, and we're going to go ahead and see what we have going on for you. So Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, doesn't really matter where you have it in your chart. This will be the Celtic cross style, although you're only going to see it in a linear fashion from here. I will move these over. So the first card that we're at from this mid-month to the end of November for our Aries is representing the situation specifically that's going on for our Aries. What is going with our Aries? Okay. Well, this is the first card. The second card is going to represent, and these are not all coming out in sequence, okay? They're just excited to pop out. This is the second card in sequence. The second card is representing and I'll show them to you in just a second, is representing the challenge that's affecting the situation. This is the third card. They really want to come out representing the basis of the situation. The fourth card that we have here is going to represent the past, which is relevant for some of you, okay? And make sure that if you are tapping into this and you are agreeing with the energy, yeah, I know, they want to take both of them, that you are giving this a like, some sort of an emoji at the bottom, something, because YouTube is going through some analytical changes right now, and so some people are unsubscribed, and so what you have to do is you have to give some sort of feedback in order for the metrics to pop back up. Of course, we always encourage commenting and things of that nature. And then, of course, take what resonates for you and move on to the next star sign. If this one is not specifically in your area, you got to know your star chart, or it's very good for you to know. So in the fourth position, we actually have two cards. And I'm not really surprised. I have a feeling that this little guy is going to come out a lot. Now, I am using the In-Between Tarot. You guys know that I love, 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 love this deck. And since the fourth card represents past energy that's bridging into where we're at now, it makes sense that we have a couple. I'll show them. The fifth card is going to represent where you're at in current energy. Thank you. The sixth card is going to represent what's going on in the near future. The sixth house. Thank you. We also have two cards. Ready. The seventh card is going to represent your particular power in the situation. And I'm going to move these little guys up here so I can move these over a little bit. The eighth card that we have in here is going to represent some of those little fears and things that you are, the eighth card is going to represent the other people that are affecting your situation, the people around you. Wow, Aries, you guys got a lot going on. Another double set. The ninth card represents your fears. Whoa, and you have another card. Well, you got doubles. Okay, so you guys are going through a lot here. And then in this spread, the 10th card, which I'll get out here, represents the outcome. Again, doubles. All right, you guys. Well, we're in it. Bottom of the deck, my friends, is the energy of the 7 of coins traveling into the 8 of coins. So this is making the decision to X or get off the pot, if you know what I'm saying. So I'll go ahead and put this here, and let's just jump right in. Aries, we have the Star card, okay? So the Star card is representing the situation, but it's also with the energy of the moon. And so what this means is that, again, as we talked about in the general, this matches up beautifully, because we're talking about you knowing that there's some place that you're supposed to go. We know that there's some things that you've called in, but this moon energy not only represents the different eclipse energies that we went through, okay, which is what guidance is sharing with me right now, but it is pointing you towards your star, okay? It is pointing you towards where it is that you're supposed to go. The effect that is taking place based upon the situation is exactly that. You going into hermit mode and asking universe to give you the paddling directions, right, for your canoe. Earth, air, fire, water are the symbols that are represented on this particular card around our mage or around our hermit, okay? And you are seeking and going within in order to figure out exactly what's going on. Now, the basis of this particular situation is the Two of Wands in the reverse position. The Two of Wands would travel into the Three of Wands, meaning making a decision and then deciding the direction that you're going to go. But in this case, it sounds like the basis of the situation has something to do with the decision that you have done or research that you've put into a particular situation, contributing to a little bit of the trepidation that you have. Now, here's the double kicker that we have for the fourth position. We have the Queen of Coins in the reverse position first, okay? So this could represent a person, male or female, doesn't really matter, but the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse position represents having your resources and your planning working for you, okay? The other card that steps in here, my friends, is the energy of the Magician with the Fool. So I like this card in this position because what it does say, again, tying all this together, is that you have a space between what you called in and what you want in order for it to continue to manifest. You've got time in this particular energy in order to figure out where resources need to be readjusted. And again, resources don't always have to just be money. Resources will be people, places, things, ideas that need to be restructured for yourself so that you can find that solid footing so that you can move into the next direction. I like this one. The next card that we have here is the energy of where you're at currently right now at this point mid-month. You have understood that you are trying to get to this position within the Eight of Cups, and that is the walking away. That is exactly the card that we got at the very beginning here. So the Eight of Cups is leading you into this Nine of Cups moment, which is you finding your total fulfillment and happiness. Okay, double cards again here in the next position. I'll show you the first one. Major Arcana, we have the energy of the Lovers mixed with the Chariot in the reverse position. So this is talking about the near future here in the sixth position, but it's also merged with the energy of this Two of Coins, which is showing up also in the sideways position. So this is exactly what it is. So some of you guys are making a decision to move, okay? And some of you guys are making a decision to move away from someone that may have been a little bit challenging for you. Now, whether it's a lover, a brother, a sister, a business partner, or whatever the case may be, whoever this person is with the energy of the Lovers means that there's been a decision. In the reverse position, it usually stands to be understood as some conflict potentially in a relationship or some sort of a ship that you have. But with the Two of Coins showing up, it's like you are recognizing that in the near future you are definitely going to have to make a break. Okay, you have to lay the gauntlet down. You have to X or get off the pot because something definitely needs to shift. The next card indicates that very specifically, and this is where you are being represented in the power of the situation, okay? And so with the Ten of Cups in the reverse position, you've spent all the energy on those old 10 cups already. It is time to move on. The next cup that comes in would be the beginning of the new cycle, which is the Ace of Cups. So here, as we get towards the end of November and you get to integrate some of those different energies, if it's not making you happy, it's time for it to be gone. All right. Double cards again here for the next position, and we will start with this first one here. The first card that we have represents the Page of Wands in the reverse position. And so this is the effects of the other people that are around you. So the first energy is that someone is looking for you, right? The Page of Swords indicates usually someone that could potentially be an air sign. It doesn't necessarily have to be, but it does indicate that someone has looked or is stopping looking for you. And the reason is because they realize that their responsibility in your particular situation needs to be dealt with. This is indicating the Three of Cups. And in this deck, it represents complacency. It represents boredom. And in order for this person to get to where they're supposed to be, you have to let go. So the other person that's involved with your situation, my Aries friends, is very cognizant of what is going on for you. And they are going to let you go without too many different challenges here. In order for you to get to this offer, in order for you to get towards this acceptance of what's important for you, they also have to come to an acceptance about what is required. So there's not going to be a lot of chasing going on from how it is that I see it here. Now, the ninth position is going to represent our hopes and fears in the situation. And again, you got doubles. So the first card that we have here is there's a little bit of fear for conflict. There's a little bit of fear that once you start making these moves, that it could come back to bite you in the behinder, literally, because the next card that pops in is the energy of the Six of Cups. Now, this deck is meant to be read, well, this card specifically, in saying don't go backwards. This is a warning. This is one of the two ginormous warning cards that are in this deck that says don't you dare go backwards. We gave you a heads up about something, and we do not want you to go back and shift into something that was old. You kind of maybe knew better. You're in the position of making better decisions at this point, so don't go backwards because there isn't anything back there for you. And then the final card that we have here for you, my friends, is again a double. It's the outcome of the situation. And here we go with our Swords person again. We have the energy of the Nine of Swords. It's in the reverse position. If there was a concern, if there was a challenge, there is no more. This is dead. We have the Nine of Swords in the reverse position, meaning anxiety is being done. We're getting out of the fears within our head, meaning this other person that you're dealing with, because this is where you are. You are in the energy of justice. You are in the energy of getting ready to address this crowd that's getting ready to put this person on the hangman's tree. You are coming in with your sword of truth, and you're understanding that what is. What is. What had happened is what had happened. We are moving forward, and we are justified in the energy and the role that we are getting ready to embark upon. Okay? So Aries, I am going to pull one card for you to help cap this off, but trust that you are in the right place to make this decision. The universe is saying very, very clearly that this is what you're supposed to be doing, is continuing to move forward and up and out of something else that has been challenging for you. Okay, so the card that we have here is 1, compassion. You need to have compassion for yourself and all the things that you had to deal with up until this particular moment. Now, this other card wanted to pop out too, so we're going to take it. And you should be getting on that horse with justice and recognizing that this 5-5 energy of this change for you is an adventure. And if you will change your thought patterns, and I want you to recognize that double 9s, double 5s. 9s are at the end of a road. 5s are in the middle of a new change. So the universe is very clearly guiding you, Aries, in this adventure that's getting ready to come up for you. Don't go backwards. Give yourself some compassion. All right? And allow that person to have compassion enough to let you go. And if they don't give you all the good, good glory information that you're looking to hear, screw them. I'm sorry. I'm saying what I'm saying because this is important that you understand. You are going to move through this in a very beautiful way. But it is time. And ask your angels and your spirit guides to come in. It's time for you to shine from within. It's time for you to go through this healing. It's time for you to recognize that you do deserve this. And so I hope you take advantage of that. So I'm going to leave it right there for our Aries. I'm going to clean up the table, and then we're going to move into our next sign. Thank you so much, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye for now. Okay, now we're on to our Sagittarius friends. Just as I shared with our Aries, make sure that you are giving a like, a comment, some sort of emoji at the bottom to make sure that the analytics are catching the fact that we have a great many folks that have been unsubscribed from some of the different channels, and so many readers are going to be saying the same thing. Make sure that you subscribe, unsubscribe if you have to, and then resubscribe, and then make sure that you hit the notification bell for all to make sure that you're seeing them. Okay, all right, so again, we're doing this as a Celtic cross, but we're just going to do them in a straight line so that you can see all the cards as they come out. First position is going to represent the situation for you, Sagittarius, and for all of you guys that are getting ready to have your birthday. Happy birthday. You're coming into your season coming off of these eclipses and the 11/11 gateway. So hopefully you've asked for some very beautiful things. Let's go ahead and start. All right, Sagittarius. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ace of Swords in reverse. Woo! Hello! We have the Two of Cups also in reverse. Wow. We're using the in-between tarot here, so I will show and bring each of the cards up to the camera so that you can see them closely. Third card here. Ooh, the Hangman in reverse. Sagittarius. What? We're going to take both of these cards. I kind of knew that was going to take place here. We have the King of Coins in reverse paired with, oh no, the Justice and the Wheel. All right. Fifth card, Four of Coins in reverse. Sixth card, the World in reverse. Seventh card, there we go, the Ten of Wands in the shifting position. There it is. I knew that we were going to get two there. Wow. The eighth position is a double Ten of Swords with the Three of Cups. Ninth position here. Wow. There, it's this one here, guys. They're just flying. Is the Knight of Cups in the reverse position. Okay. And the 10th card, the outcome for Sagittarius for the remainder of the month of November as we do this mid-month check-in. Finally, we get the Five of Wands. Okay. Bottom of the deck is the Knight of Swords in reverse. So, my Sagittarius friends, Wow, this is big. I was expecting to see a couple of doubles because we are at that midpoint of the month, even though I like to use this deck because it mixes two cards into one as it describes the shifting that's happened. This first half is indicating so much drama and challenge that you've had to go through in order to get where you're getting ready to go. So I'm happy to get into this. Not doing any clarifiers because, again, you have the opportunity to shift with a little bit of this forward information. Okay, so I'm not going to do too much clarifying here. We'll get back to that when we do some other things here in December. Let's get into it. The first card that you have here is the Ace of Swords in the reverse position. Okay, so the Ace of Swords in the reverse position representing the situation is that you had to cut something out. Period. End of discussion. The Ace of Swords leading you into the Two of Swords. When the Ace of Swords is in the reverse position, you had to draw a hard line in the sand and you had to make a decision. That's the current representing the situation that's going on here. The Two of Cups in the reverse position represents the challenge that's affecting the situation for you, whether it's mental or emotional, is the Two of Cups. So you had to make a hard decision, Sagittarius, about a partnership. You had to make a decision about something that was very emotional to you. A friend, a business partner, a lover, a child, it doesn't really make a difference. Whoever that individual is for you, that you had a very strong emotional connection with, okay, could be... I'm really not so much getting lover energy out of this particular situation. I'm just not. I would tell you if it was. But what I am getting out of this is that you had a very close relationship with someone and you had to make a shift. You had to make a decision and you chose yourself is what I'm seeing. The Hangman showing up in the basis of the situation was you coming out of stagnancy. Now, sometimes this card can be read as not coming out of your ego. But the way that I'm seeing this, that's not how I'm seeing this. This is the Hangman in the straight up position, okay, and that is the Death card representing the shadow here at the top. Is talking to you about let's get your ego organized and let's figure out and let's deal with your shadow work and let's do all that stuff. In this position, to me, in this reading, as I'm getting the information, you are dropping the fears that you had in the past about something, which is leading you to moving forward here. I like it. It validates itself for me as we get into the next energy here. Okay, you have two cards. The King of Pentacles in the fourth position here represents the past relevant to the current situation. So the King of Pentacles here in King of Coins, King of Pentacles in the reverse situation was like at some point you were more in your you were more in the money cycle of something, which is okay. You know, money is energy. You have to have the energy of money to live in this world right now. But something was unstable with that. And that's ultimately what I want to be able to articulate. Something was very unstable and you got to the brass tacks about what something is. Now, this is the very interesting part for you. The energy that you're shifting into as we're speaking within this, that represents the past relevant to the situation, is you waking up. Is you waking up to the fact that justice here was trying to get your attention about you're going in the wrong direction towards your Wheel of Fortune. So this is the other big card that's in the deck that goes, hold on, check yourself before you wreck yourself. That's what this card represents. The Wheel of Fortune moment, you're going to miss it. And I think that's exactly what your soul was trying to articulate here. Because as we get into the present energy, your heart is now open. We have the Four of Coins in the reverse position. The Four of Coins in the reverse position means, no, it wasn't all about the money. This was about me being a little bit more authentic in myself. This was about me making decisions about where I want my stability to go. This is about me making that hard decision, knowing that something wasn't maybe right for me. So when we get into the energetics of the present, we have the World in the reverse position, which is fine, okay, mixed in with the energy of the Fool, which means you haven't quite finished a cycle. And somewhere within your soul, you kind of know that. So the World card, representing responsibilities, challenging your structure, whether it's a physical structure of a building or a business place, or even the structure of your thoughts, right? And it being mixed in with the Fool is like, no. What you thought was your happiness over here because of maybe the structure that had been set is not the right path for you. And so Venus came in here to wake your butt up a little bit, which is what's going on here. I can confirm that, because in the in this position we're talking about your particular power in the situation. This is your near future, right? Knowing that something is incomplete and the Fool energy is asking you to start. You're going to end and begin a cycle without any skips. And this is the universe validating that. All right. So this is the energy of the, I'll put it in the upright, put it in the upright so that you can see what it looks like. The Ten of Wands is the end of an old cycle. It's the end of something that you were doing. I'm going to call it an assignment. It's the end of an assignment. And this torch coming from the sky represents the universe lighting your butt up with the new Ace of Wands, which would follow it. Your new passion. So the universe says, you're not done. We're reigniting something that was always yours. But at some point, way back over here, right, you shifted into doing something different. So this is our gentle way of like pulling you back in just a little bit to try to honor yourself and your decisions. And it looks like you're doing that beautifully. Next double set comes up here, my friends. Other people's energy in this particular situation, and we're going to start off with this one because you can't beat this with a big stick. The first card is the Ten of Swords. So other people's energy, or the effects of other people around you, is things have to be done when things have to be done. Cycles have to be respected. And when the old cycle, just like the Ten of Wands, sitting here with this Ten of Swords, means that there is a new cycle beginning. Pay attention to the butterfly. And the people that love you and respect you are going to understand that. The second energy that comes in is because they are recognizing the Three of Cups in here as well. Now, this is the same card that Aries got. So, if that's meaningful to you, then make sure that you take a look at that. It's around the same position. But the Three of Cups represents being complacent, being lazy, doing the same thing, rote. Like, you're doing it, but you're not happy. Wherein this other individual here in the water represents that fourth cup. The universe is trying to share something with you. And you are accepting the fact that you must move forward. Now let's get into the energetics of what we have here in the ninth position. So in the ninth position, what we have here is representing your hopes and or your fears. Now this is interesting to me because we have the Knight of Cups in the reverse position. So to me, this is just a fear. It's a quick fear because the Knight of Cups will transition into the Queen of Cups. Oh my God, I just did that. Oh my God, I just decided to leave that. I just decided to shift that. I just decided to heal that. I just decided that I can't do that anymore. It was making me batshit crazy, whatever the case may be. Because when the Queen of Cups emerges, she's the only one that continues to look forward. But in order for the Queen of Cups to get to that point where she's looking forward, you have to go through and you have to honor the energy of understanding what was creating this imbalance. And so the fear for you is just making sure that you're clearing yourself of any thought process of an imbalance. You are going through this process. You are healing through it, okay? And here's the outcome. We are traveling from the Five of Wands into the Six of Wands. So all of those conflicts that are going on are internal. And even if there was an external piece, even if there was an external energy, okay, you still come out victorious on the back end of this. So Sagittarius, I'm going wow at looking at this because this shows some tremendous growth that you've gone through up until this part, and you are coming out of this in a very beautiful way. We're going to cap this off with one oracle card here, and then we will move on to our Leos next. What do we have for Sagittarius? Ooh, that was double cards again. Okay. We'll take it. We'll take it. The 11:11 coming into the 11:22. Woo! Look at this. Something was out of moderation, and so now you're coming back into balance with whatever was out of moderation. And many of you are spiritual workers, and so this is a spiritual change for many of you as well. You are being led by your spirit guides, your spirit team, into the energy of where it is that you're supposed to go. And see, this is why we always say what's meant for you is never going to pass you by. Because if you're supposed to be over here, the universe will make sure that if you're having fun over here, they will guide you. And so if you will understand that facing the issue is allowing you to get to where you need to be. And it's not easy. It takes a minute to get your collective poops in a group. We all have to go through it at some point, but you get there in the end, and Spirit is definitely helping you. So, Sagittarius, again, hopefully that you are connecting with this, and if you are, like, share, comment, emoji, something to make sure that you are seeing these coming forward. Take what resonates for you, leave the rest. If there's another sign that you want to take a look at to validate a different message for you, then please go take a look at that one. And otherwise, I will see you next time. Going to clean up the table, and we're going to go into Leo. Thanks. Okay, Leo friends, you are up. So let's go ahead and do this thing. Celtic cross, but we're going to do the cards in a straight line due to space, and so that you can see me draw them. First card is the Four of Cups in reverse. Okay. That represents the situation for you. Second card is the King of Wands. I will show them. Okay. King of Wands in the upright. I like where this is going. Double cards again. Not surprised. Third cards. You have a double set of the Queen of Cups with the Ace of Cups. Okay. Fourth card. Thank you. Ooh, we have the Moon with the Star. Fifth card. This is where it starts to get juicy. This is representing the present. Ooh, Six of Swords in reverse. Okay. All right, let's go to the seventh card. Your power in the situation. Six of Cups in the upright. Okay, so there's some decisions that have to be made here. God, doubles and triples. All right, universe, we're going to do it. The seventh position, technically, this represents your particular power in the situation, and I got to tell you, you're the only sign so far that's gotten 3 cards, but I can see how significant this is going to be. Queen of Swords, Three of Cups, and the Justice card. All right, the 8th position here, the effects of other people around you or how other people are involved in this situation. Nope, did it not come out? Nope, it didn't come out. 8th, thank you. Ooh, High Priestess with the Empress. Your hopes and fears, please. 9th card. Ooh. And then the 10th card. Outcome for Leo. Thank you. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Bottom of the deck. 6 of Coins in the reverse position. So there's an imbalance somewhere. Maybe a little bit too much giving, maybe a little bit too much receiving from other people, but there's an imbalance. And I think that that's what this season is sharing with you. Because we want to get to the 7 of Coins where we can make a decision about what we have to do with our harvest. But when we have the 6 of Pentacles in the reverse position, there's a decision that is being made for you if you don't capitalize on what this information means. All right, Leo. Representing the situation here is the Four of Cups in the reverse position. So you had an acceptance of something, okay? Four of Cups was an offer coming in from the universe. That's what this little hand coming out of the sky represents, okay? You have to accept something. Now, this card normally leads into the 5 of Cups, which means you have to face the old facts. But at least there's an awareness of you're in a situation right now where you are handling a situation. You are accepting the details of something, okay? The second card here is the King of Wands, representing the challenge which is affecting you in this situation. So the King of Wands is the energy of we want to go, we want to build. I have that creator energy. I got that fire spirit. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be okay with this situation. I want to make the right moves. I know that there's a new move that has to get made, but I know I have to get on the stick and make some moves here. First set of doubles here in the third. So I'm going to take them like this. We have the energy of the Queen of Cups representing the basis of the situation. So whether you're male or female, you could be dealing with a different male or female that is trying to show you the way. Could be a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. It doesn't necessarily have to be, but the energy of the Queen of Cups is, I know that I have to do this, and I've been through so much stuff that I'm going to move forward. And the King of Cups is going to make sure that whatever decision gets made, we're floating, we're paddling, right? We're getting the damn thing done. And this is what I like about it. We have the energy of the Ace of Cups transitioning into the Two of Cups. So not only are you going to be restored, you're going to get some help from somebody along the way here, Leo. So whatever this is a gift from the universe, whether it's a person or some sort of restoration that you need. So the Ace of Cups I love because it will basically fill your cup, whether it's emotional needs, mental needs, spiritual needs, physical needs. It takes care of any place that it needs to go. Think of Archangel Gabriel restoring your energy, right? And wherever it is that you need to have the connections remade. So it doesn't surprise me that we have the energy of the Star when we get into our fourth position, which is talking about how the past relates to the situation. You were stuck. You wanted something to come to fruition. That's the energy of the Star. That's the Aquarius growth energy that we want. But because we have the Moon energy that's in there, sometimes that talks about fears, emotions, strong emotions. Sometimes it attacks our femininity, whether you're male or female, meaning our ability to create, right? So we felt a little stagnant, we felt a little stuck, and we weren't really sure where to go, which is why the next card here represents the present, which is you're not sure where to go. You got the Six of Swords in the reverse position. So with the Six of Pentacles at the base and the Six of Swords here in your current position, you're just not sure which direction to go, and you're not really sure, and you're having faith in yourself about the way that you're getting there. The next six that comes in here, my friend, you have the energy of Six of Pentacles, Six of Swords, and now the Six of Cups. Some of you guys really need to pay attention to your physical health. The energy of 666 is not negative at all. It does ask you to take care of your physical carbon self, and so that's exactly what it is that you need to do. But it also represents not going backwards and making sure that you are making the appropriate decision. This represents the near future, and what this card represents here as far as this deck is concerned is not going backwards. You know that there is a decision that you're contemplating that is not the right thing to do. Okay, so as we get into your trifecta here, how do I even want to start this, universe? Okay, so we're going to start it like this. We're going to do it just like this. All right. Strong decisions being made here. Your power in the situation is to use your intellect and to cut the BS out. Period. End of discussion. The situation is that you know you're being complacent. Okay, Three of Cups energy. You're going through the motions, and you're not really getting to the outcome. But that outcome is leading you towards the decision of the Four of Cups, which is the basis of this whole reading, right? The basis of this reading is acceptance. Here comes Lady Justice with the energy of the Hangman coming in here, okay? So this is challenging you. This is where we are trying to balance what we want to have come in with how it's coming in, right? So the Hangman representing Neptune here. Not Neptune. Woman. Words. No, it is. It is Neptune. The Hangman represents yes, it does. Okay, I was right. Emotions. Emotions. So, from the major arcana perspective alone here, Venus coming in and really pressing buttons with that whole scorpionic energy that we had with that new moon. And of course, with the full moon that we had in Taurus, you'd have to go back and take a look at the listing I had on my Facebook page. I should just go ahead and start pasting them here on YouTube as well. But I talked about the energetics of what was going to happen when those two planets or energies start talking to each other and they get down to brass tacks. This is like get down to brass tacks, okay? And you're listening. Because we have another double card and you have one that's well, no, you don't. This is the situation with other people. The other people that we have here affecting the situation around you is everything to do with this conflict between Aries and Taurus. In other words, the Hatfield-McCoy. So if this is a work type of a situation for you, because the Emperor represents, it does represent organization, but so does the Hierophant, commitment. So when there is an issue, we're at a Hatfield-McCoy, there's no winning in this particular battle between these two sets. If this is the energy of what represents your, what represents the people that are affecting around you, if this is workplace or a commitment that must need to take place, you're going to have to spend a little bit of time going within a little bit, because this 9th card represents your hopes and or your fears. Your hope is that you're going to be able to escape out of this and create something brand new. So the baby is the energy of that new creation. That is the energy of the Empress, right? And the High Priestess is saying you have to go in and you have to continue manifesting this. You have to ask for what it is that you want, and you have to believe it so strongly that it has no choice but to come. That's why these 1111 gateways and these other big portals that we have are so important, because it puts your hopes, and we hope that we're getting out of the fear, but what puts your hopes just like front and center, right? But it does look like you get some sort of a relief, okay? Because the outcome is this 3 of coins here, transitioning into the 4 of coins. So the 3 of coins represents a couple of different things. One, it represents new collaboration. It can talk about new employment for sure. Apprenticeship is the first word that wanted to come into my brain when I was talking about this, whether you're the apprentice or you're grabbing an apprentice, whatever the case may be. But it is the combination of 3 different pentacles, people, resources coming together at the same time to make something happen, to get to that 4 of coins. New stability, new structure. So for me, what I'm feeling here is that someone's getting ready to walk away from a position, or they're hoping that they can walk away from a position that's going to suit them better. And that's perfectly fine. You just have to know that it is okay for you to want that, because whatever you're doing right now, wherever you're in right now, is making you exhausted. It's making you exhausted. That's why there's so much imbalance in this particular situation. I feel like you're dealing with just people that are just up your butt all day long about stupid stuff, and it's time to go. So don't fear. Do not fear, Leo. It's time for you to move on to some new projects. We're going to cap this off for you with 1 card, and then we will move on to our Pisces, because apparently I'm doing it in element order today. Yes. The energy here is nature, but it's in the reverse position. So the advice is for you to get a little bit more into nature to help ground yourself. All right, so that you can feel more comfortable as you're getting here, because this is you're completely out of sync a little bit here, and the universe definitely wants to help you with this major arcana, because this major arcana is kicking your butt, and this major arcana is like you already knew something needed to go. So you are filled with majors here. This is a big important time in your remainder of the month. Feel confident and comfortable that you can get this done. The universe is going to support you. So just like every other signs, hopefully you are resonating with this. If you don't, make sure that you take a look at one of your other star signs. Make sure that you click like, share, subscribe if you haven't already done that, and make sure that you're commenting text or some sort of emoji in the very bottom to make sure that the algorithm is catching back up, because there were some Facebook changes, some YouTube changes. Well, Facebook's got their own issues, but you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I hope that you find this well and that you're doing okay. Now we're getting ready to move on to the sign of Pisces, so I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Okay, my Pisces friends, you are up. Just as we did the other signs, we're going to do the Celtic cross style, but I'm just going to do them straight across for space. Let's go ahead and get straight into it. All right, what is the situation about for Pisces? Ooh, 9 of Wands in the upright position. What is affecting this situation? The second card, please, for Pisces. Thank you. King of Coins. Contributions. 8 of Cups. Wow. Come on out. I don't want to chase, please. How has the past affected this up until this point? Fourth card, please, for Pisces. Thank you. 2 of Coins. Okay. What represents the present for Pisces right now, here in this mid-month? Thank you. King of Cups in reverse. What do we have for the near future for Pisces? Thank you. Yeah, okay, that's fine. 2 cards. Well, we have double, quadruple major arcana here for you. Wow. Wow. Judgment in reverse with the World card, the Death card, and Temperance. Whoa. Okay, we have some splaining to do, Lucy. Holy buckets, that's the near future. All right, 7th card. Your power in the situation is, oh, whoa. The Magician with the High Priestess, representing the effects of people around you. Double again, 10 of Swords in reverse with the Knight of Coins in reverse. Your hopes and fears doubles again, both in the sideways position. So you are clearing this. And then the outcome for Pisces, please. You're in the middle of this right now. And there it is. The energy of the Temperance card again mixed with the Devil. Okay, so this is a heads up. Yeah. The bottom of the deck is the Star with the Moon. So basically what's happening here for you guys is that there was a slowdown. There was a stoppage in something. And so some of you guys are in your feels about it. That's just what's up. Let's go ahead and get straight into it. The 9 of Wands, my friends, representing the situation is you being kind of at the end of your rope. And the universe is asking you not to give up. Okay, you are almost finished with this piece of whatever it is that you're working on, and you just need to take a rest. If it's okay to take a rest. It's okay to take a knee. It's okay to take a break. All right, it's okay to realize that you can focus on something else for just a minute or two. What is representing the challenge about this is the King of Pentacles, or the King of Coins as it's represented here. You are trying to become more stable, and it looks to me as though you are trying to leave one area and go to a different area, because the 3rd card that we have here represents the basis of the situation. This is the 8 of Cups. This is walking away, but you're walking away towards something else. You're trying to get to that 9th cup of your satisfaction, right? The 4th card that we have here, the 2 of Pentacles, represents the past relevant to the situation. So this is becoming balanced within a workplace or some sort of a group. We have the 2 of Pentacles trying to transition into the 3 of Pentacles. So this is a group project. And with the main focus being on the 2 at the moment, it's like trying to balance, and something has to go in order for you to get to that 3rd level. Something's weighing you down and you got to drop it. So that's what this is about for me. This is, for me, is shaping up to be about a job or something else like that. Ergo, you being in your feels here, my friends, because this represents where you're at. This is the present. This is the King of Cups in the reverse position. So listen, you are so compassionate. You are so adaptable normally to the way that things need to move forward in life. When you are not in a position where you feel grounded, everything feels scattered. And that's okay. We all get to that point. But you guys feel it a lot. So this is definitely you in your feels, feeling a little bit out of your element because you're waiting to get to this new opportunity. You're chomping at the bit. That's what's happening here. Triple major arcana here, right next to each other in these next positions. So I'm going to try to take it slow. Future. Okay. The first card that we have is the Judgment card, but it is blended in with the energy of the world. Okay, so there is a judgment that is going to affect your future. So we have the energies of a couple of the planets that are in retrograde right now. Okay, and I do believe that this is actually showing me the planetary situation that's affecting you most at this particular moment, because the next card that we have is Scorpio, which is the element of death, which is represented by the bird there, and then the Temperance, which is sitting in the back, asking you to just be balanced and be take things in moderation. There's some timing that is involved in this situation here for this change to occur. So keep yourself balanced emotionally, especially, as much as you possibly can. Okay. Your power in the situation is to positively manifest your outcome. So we have the energy of the Magician, but we also have this in this card. It's represented with the High Priestess, meaning there's more information and there's more there. So what the Magician is doing is he's using the element of water in order to create his next request. So I encourage you to do any water magic that you happen to be aware of, but definitely get your emotions in check, because the High Priestess wants to be able to share with you some new things that are coming, and you need to get back to balance. Okay, double cards again here, as we are talking about the individuals of other people affecting this specific situation around you. Well, the first card that we have is, well, this is interesting. This one is the Knight of Coins, okay, in the reverse position. So this is the effects of other people around you. So when the Knight of Coins is in the reverse position, there's a slowdown. He is always the messenger that delivers his package. He is the cosmic Amazon delivery driver. He is going to get there, but he had to navigate somewhere. There's a slowdown somewhere. Why is this effect? Because we've got a Ten of Swords moment for something else that doesn't have anything to do with you. There's something else that's going on here. So I see this as the universe can't bring you this until they handle something else. Somebody else is directly involved with what it is that you want to have happen, and they cannot do that until they take care of this first level of business. So this is just a delay. All right, because this Ace of Swords is the clarity and the movement moving forward that one needs. Okay, that is exactly how I am seeing this, because the ninth card that we have here is kind of twofold. Okay, sideways cards for me, you guys know, means that you're in this energy currently as we speak. So we have the energy of the Ten of Coins first, transitioning into the Ace. So you can't make this stuff up. You cannot make this up. The 10 going into the Ace, the 10 going into the Ace again. 10 of Pentacles into the Ace means that there is this wanting of this new position, this new opportunity to come in. So we're floating in with that energy, and the reason is because this is what we've been trying to call in. So we have the three of Wands. This is what I'm looking for. And sorry, my hands are backwards here. And we want this to be a creative position. Now this Four of Wands is actually representing a couple of different things. The first thing is, for some people, this is going to be representing an opportunity to work from home. The other situation that pops up here is this is direct evidence of the 1111 gateway being evident in your reading here today, here on 1114. Okay, because we're still in the energy of that, and we're still in the energy of that. So that's exactly what's going on here. The final outcome for you, and I am going to pull one card to clarify this just for you because of where we're sitting here. The outcome is the energy of Temperance. Now, but what you don't see here, maybe you can understand what's going on here. We got to be balanced. We got to moderate a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit at a time, because this is mixed in with the energetics of Capricorn, or the Devil card. You have to maintain your balance in the situation. So I'm just going to pull one card on that because I want to understand for our Pisces, why is Temperance here? Yeah, Ace of Cups, new opportunity. Okay. Page of Cups hasn't shown up yet. You're in your feels. Hey, there we go. Queen of Cups at the end of the situation here, maintaining your balance. Maintaining your balance. Maintaining your balance, getting through what it is that you need to get to. And at the bottom of the deck we have the Ten of Cups. So you're going to get what you want, but the universe is telling you to please, 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 please calm down. Use this time where you're in from now until the end of the month to just put positive affirmations out there for yourself. You are so grateful that this new opportunity is showing up for you in the perfect moment. I am so grateful that this is coming, that I'm going to start clearing out old stuff. You start taking some actions, moderate. The universe has a little bit of magic to do, mixing that water and fire energy together. Technically, it's sulfur and some other energies. But at the end of the day, what it boils down to is alchemy is taking place, and you're being asked to alchemize to get back to your natural state. Let's calm down, okay? All right, going to cap this off with one oracle card for you, Pisces, and then we're going to move on to our Cancers. Woo! Of course! Of course we get 2 cards, universe. Thank you. Yes! The first card is creativity. So this is sort of the energy of what the universe would like for you to put your time and energy into. I don't know if you can see the yellow coming up here, but this is the number 3, divine feminine creative energy. And then the other card that we have here is spiritual partnership. Your partners are working with you in spirit. Now, for some of you, this is going to have some things to do with some of this is going to have something to do with more relationship, not for everyone, because most of this is work energy that I'm getting, but for that small percentage of people that have dealing with someone that you're trying to move forward in life with, this person, this situation is going to resolve itself, and then you will find a closer relationship with the individual that you are seeking the time and energy with. Okay. All right, my friends, just like every other sign, hopefully you were able to resonate with this and get something out of it. If you did, most YouTubers right now are asking you to understand that there's been some algorithmic changes, and so we definitely need your likes. We definitely need your comments, even if it's just an emoji, to let us know that you're receiving this information. And if necessary, unsubscribe and resubscribe so that you can be refreshed and hit the all notifications bell. We would greatly appreciate it. I certainly love doing this, and I want to make sure that I'm continuing to be seen out there. So that is what I have for you. Make sure that you take what resonates with take what resonates for you, leave the rest. Take a look at your other star signs if this one didn't give you all the warm glowy feels that you were looking for. But other than that, thank you so much, and I will talk to you soon. Bye for now. Okay, it's time for my Cancer friends. Just like every other sign, we are doing the Celtic cross style, only I'm doing it in linear fashion for space constraints. Just as I've shared with everyone else, please make sure that if you resonate with this, you like, you share, you subscribe. If you haven't already, comment, even if it's just an emoji below, just to ensure that we are seeing it. Ooh, very interesting. That is the same placement as Leo. 4 of Cups in the reverse position. So YouTube is going through some algorithm changes, and there are a lot of people that have been unsubscribed and are not seeing the updated posts from a lot of readers, including myself. So I do know that I am taking personal bookings, and that does take up a lion's share of my time, but I definitely want to make sure that when I am putting stuff out there as it is guided, that you guys are seeing it. So we are down to the 3rd card here already. Okay, we have the 4 of Cups in reverse. We have the Lovers in reverse. We have the Page of Cups in reverse. Ooh. Doubles again. Okay. We have a combination of the 5 of Swords in reverse with the Knight of Cups in reverse. In our 4th position. In our 5th position, we have the the Ace of Wands. Thank you. Doubles again. The 6th position is the Page of Wands with the 6 of Wands, so that's good. All right. The 7th position here. The 7th position. Anytime now. 7th position for our Cancer. Thank you so much. Okay. The Death card. 8th position, please. What is affecting? Good, great, googly, muggly. Triples again. All right. And let us get the, let me just take 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, okay. Let's get the Hopes and Fears, the 9th position, please. You want it to be that one. Thank you. 2 of Coins. And then the outcome. 10th position, please. The outcome for our Cancers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Wow, the Ace of Cups in the reverse position. Okay. Ooh, relationship. Bottom of the deck is the energy of the Hierophant mixed in with the energy of the lovers. Goodness gracious me. Okay, we are shoving off. There is a relationship shift. Now, if this is not a marriage, this is some sort of a partnership. Could be a business partnership, could just be best friends. It could be someone that you had a major falling out with. It doesn't really matter the significance of it, but there is a situation that's popping up here for my Cancers, and so the universe is, as we shared at the very beginning, we are all going through some shifts right now. All right. The first card in the deck, like I said, matches with Leo, so just saying, if that is anywhere that you need to see some things in your chart, please go take a look at that. So this card is the basis of the situation. There was an acceptance of something. When the energy of the Four of Cups shows up, it is that the universe got your attention and you are now accepting something. Now, accepting something could be a job, but what we're talking about here is accepting something for the facts. We're accepting the situation. We're accepting the details. We are accepting, it's that breath where it's like, okay, right? That's what we're accepting. The energy that we have here, talking about the challenge affecting the situation, again, is the energy of the Lovers mixed in with the Chariot card. Ooh. So, a hard decision having to be made and not moving forward. This very much indicates to me that there's a lot of karma that you are trying to clear, which is perfectly acceptable in this particular time of what we've got going on in the month. And what's going on here is the feels of the basis of the situation. There's some immaturity here, unfortunately. The Page of Cups in the reverse position is a little bit of immaturity. It could be you, it could be the partner, but there's something that doesn't match, okay? And so there's no new cup of love. There's no new spark being sparked. It could be that level of immaturity, but it can also be based on other things, and this is what we're getting into here. Double cards here as we're talking about representing what happened in the past that's affecting the situation. Well, we had that Knight of, let me just double check. Yep, that is the Knight of Cups in the reverse position. This is very much representing to me, Cancer, you having to pull back your energy. Okay, because there was some big argumentation that was going on here. Five of Swords. And even though you won the argument, even though you won the battle, it was a big one. Now, it doesn't have to be a romantic partnership. It doesn't have to be, one of those situations, but you were dealing with someone that was immature, and you says, no, we're done. I'm not doing this. Not investing any more time, energy, effort, or negative emotions in this, because that's what I'm trying to clear based upon, again, what we have going on. So this represents where you're at in the present moment. This is the Ace of frickin' Wands. This is a universal gift. This is the spark that you need under your behinder in order to get you going into this new direction that you need to be going in. I like this, okay? I'm sorry for that, but I like this. I like where this is going, okay? Now, double cards again. So, as we are moving on here into the... This is going to represent the near future, and this is... I want to say this in two different ways. First of all, okay, you are being guided by the universe, okay? This energy card is the Six of Wands transitioning into the Seven of Wands, meaning you just had to go through a big battle over here. You won, okay? The universe has got a new spark under your behinder. You are winning. The Six of Wands does mean victory, okay? And the victory that you have here, again, is someone else that is acting as a page. But in this particular position... with the Page being in the reverse position, the Page of Wands being in the reverse position, to me, this is very much indicating this other individual. Now, I say that it's a younger person. I say that it is someone that is acting a little bit immature in comparison to where you're at in vibration only. Okay, that's exactly what I mean when I say that. Because as we get to the next position here, the 7th position, we have a major arcana, which is you in the power of the situation. And so this card represents the death card, but it also is mixed in with the energy of temperance. And so this is allowing the shift and the change and the separation to take place so that you can become that phoenix that is rising. Hello, I can touch it. That phoenix that is rising. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. That's what the temperance energy is bringing into you here, okay? Now, this is where it gets a little kafloofy for me as we're starting to move into the situation. But that death card, that Scorpio new moon, those wishes that we had, all of this eclipse energy that we have, that's exactly what it's there for. It's there to eclipse the old energy out, right? That's exactly what was going on here. It is very evident as we get into this next level of conversation over here. Let's see what we've got. Okay. So these are meant to be seen in this. Oh, so I see what they did. They put it in the reverse for, okay, cool. All right. The first card that we have here representing the effects of people around you. Well, the first card that we have here is the 5 of Cups. Someone's getting over the healing. This is healing. Got to get over it. Can't do anything about it, so I got to heal through it. Okay? The second energy is the Strength card in the reverse position, mixed in with the energy of the Hermit. Not feeling the best about the situation, but trying to heal through it by doing things on their own. And then the energy of the 9 of Cups into the 10 of Cups is that whole situation where we are moving into the situation of, okay, accepting what's going on through the healing, okay, and allowing this healing to take us to our 10 of Cups moment, which is what we ultimately want, okay? The hopes and fears, as we see it here, is the energy of the 2 of Coins trying to go into the 3 of Coins. So the 2 of Coins is at that point where we are trying to balance a lot of different things. You could have multiple responsibilities. You could have way too much energy being spent in one area versus another energy. That's where Temperance wants you to come in, and with that Death card, we need you to shift some things. We need you to shift it. We got to get this moderation right. We got to make it balanced and even. Also another karmic card that sits here. But the outcome of the situation, because what we're doing is we're making that decision so that we can press on, we can move forward, we can get to that 3rd pentacle here, the 2 of Pentacles into the 3 of Pentacles. We want this new opportunity, we want this new growth, we want this new trine, we want this new group, we want this new peoples, okay? So the outcome that we have here for you in the 10th position is the Ace of Cups that's in the reverse position, okay? What this is indicating is allowing your emotions to, well, I will clarify this one because they're asking me to do so, but we're really getting to the energetics of where we personally feel in this situation as we've understood that we have been dealing with someone else's. And again, you won the battle, but what cost, right? So you are victorious. You're doing what you got to do. But at the end of the day, the conflict is with the Hierophant and this commitment that we have. Now, if the Hierophant is providing the wedding ceremony here between the 2 lovers, so this is higher level commitment. And the universe is saying, don't you go back. You know better. This was not a good situation. You have a different direction to go in. And if you will trust yourself, you will receive the stability that you're looking forward and that new direction that you're going so that we can make you stable. King of Coins. The devil energy that you are trying to get yourself past will move. It will. This is just an opportunity for you to come to terms with the fact that it is definitely time to move forward. And it's because you spent too much energy pushing away. How do I say this? How do I want to say this? You spent so much time putting energy into other people. Now it's time for you to put energy into yourself. So this is like your last F over here. Is there potential for there to be some sort of reconciliation? I'm going to put it this way. If this is someone that's very close to you and it's not a spouse, the answer to the question is yes, but it's going to be many, many months for that to take place. let's see what we have here as far as the oracle. And that's just because I asked Spirit to give me that conversation. They are very concerned with the amount of energy that you have spent. Okay, so they're asking me to deliver this in a way where you understand that right now, towards now and the end of the month, you definitely need to be doing something different with your physical body, your physical self. This is so similar to the energy that I had for Leo, although this is a different card. We're talking about physical activity helping you to balance, and they're calling in, they're showing me temperance in my brain. Balancing your emotions out by doing something physical will help you between now and the end of the month. But I also stated to people, especially on my Facebook group, that the end of the month is actually going to be really slow as far as universal energies are concerned. And so there is this natural time for people to try to like go in and take a rest. I would use this time to pour energy back into you, because you've been given a gift here and you've been given a gift here. All right. This is karma you don't want to mess with. I mean, this is the universe coming in to help you. And they want to give you what you want. So you cannot avoid resting. You're going to need to rest. You're going to need to rest. And then you're also going to need to moderate how you're doing that so that you are balancing yourself back within. So Cancer. I know that's not going to resonate with everyone, and that's totally fine. But if it did, like, share, subscribe, do all the fun things. But make sure you take a look at your other star sign in order to get a full picture. And I hope this helped you understand a little bit more about some things that were going on. But I'm going to let you go from here, and my next sign is going to be Scorpio. So we'll talk to you soon. Bye, Cancer. Where are my Scorpios at? You guys are up. Here we go. Scorpio. Celtic cross style, only in a linear format so that we can save some space here. The first card in the situation is the Five of Wands, traveling into the Six of Wands, which is victory. Excuse me, that was my mess up, so I am going to reshuffle those. The second card that we have here is going to be the situation that's affecting this Five of Wands, traveling into the Six of Wands. So this is the in-between tarot deck. You guys know that I like these because it really gives the energy between how this is shifting, especially at mid-month when we're getting ready to cross signs. Your second card is the energy of the Sun with the energy of Judgment. So this is beautiful. This is beautiful. That is a very sexy combination of all of that fire showing up there for you, Scorpio. It really, really is. Which one is it? Yeah, I knew it was. This is the same card that came out before. Followed up with another double major arcana. The High Priestess in with the Empress. Scorpio, the basis of the situation for you is coming into your power, literally. The next card that we have here is the Eight of Wands going into the Nine of Wands, and that's representing the past that is related to the current present situation, and that makes a lot of sense to me. The Eight of Wands into the Nine of Wands. God bless America. Universe, I know you want them all, but I would really prefer if we could just do it a couple cards at a time, because that's a lot. And yes, I know we're still technically in Scorpio season as I'm reading this, but I want to try my very bestest to separate them out so that I can articulate them. All right. Present situation for Scorpio. What do we have? Present situation for... All right. Did I have another one? Let me just double check here. No? All right. Just need to make sure. Double cards. It makes a lot of sense. And in your position for Scorpio here. All right. Let's talk about the near future for Scorpio, please. Near future. Thank you. Ooh, Four Swords. Okay. What can Scorpio do in this situation? What is Scorpio's power in this situation? Thank you. Page of Coins. What are the effects of the people around Scorpio at this particular moment? Thank you. Okay. Six of Swords in the reverse. Interesting. What are the hopes and our fears for our Scorpio? Doubles. Kind of figured that was coming. And the 10th what is the outcome for our Scorpios here from now until the end of the month? Thank you so much. There it is. Swell. All right, Scorpios. 4 out of the several signs that I've done have gotten this card in some way, shape, fashion, or form. This is the 4 of Cups. It's in the reverse position. That's acceptance of something. Literally just had this come up with Cancer as well. I'm not really surprised with it being sister water energy and all. And the Scorpio eclipse and everything else that we had coming up here. Yep. That's good though. Okay. So we've come to an acceptance of something. Okay, let's go ahead and run straight through these. Current situation is the 5 of Wands, which is maybe a little bit of internal conflict. Could potentially be some conflict with someone else, but you are traveling into the energy of the 6 of Wands, which means you come out victorious. This is super sexy, because representing the current challenge is the energy of the Sun, but it's also mixed in with the energy of the Judgment card, which means that the universe is bringing a opportunity towards you. The Judgment card is a second opportunity. It's second chances coming back around, because this time, are you ready to be ready to be ready? Because the Sun is shining on this second opportunity coming in for you. Are you ready to finally accept it? Because the universe says this is what you manifested. This is the basis of the situation. This is the energy of the Empress and the energetics of the High Priestess. The universe wants to share something new with you as far as what it is that you've asked us for, as far as creativity. You can't, come on. Like, okay. The 4th card here represents the past that's relevant to the situation. And so what we have here is the 8 of Wands. Transitioning into the Knight of Wands. And so the 8 of Wands usually represents a couple of different things. But it is the minor arcana version of the Chariot card, which is movement forward. It's conversation, communication, and information coming from loved ones and or the universe. Other external conversations and communication can also be taking place here as well. The 9 of Wands aspect, though, is talking about walking with spirit, really, in this one. Not giving up. Understanding your personal spiritual power. Literally, that's what that card is. Understanding your personal spiritual power. You have done this so many times before that all you have to do is just work with spirit. We got you again. Take a knee if you really need to take a knee, and take a break. That's what that card really boils down to. Okay. Double cards here in our 5th position. The first one that we have is another major arcana, and it is the King of Swords and the Hangman in the reverse positions. First, going to start with King of Swords. Okay. So in this position here, we're talking about representing the present. Well, the King of Swords is beautiful energy because it represents clarity. It represents clarity in movement. It represents clarity in conversation, in thinking, clearing up any old cobwebs that we might have had in the past. And the reason is because Pluto, which is your planet, is represented also not only by the Death card, but also by the Hangman. And that's exactly what this is. You were able to go in. All right, and this is the Death card, okay? So not only do we've got double, it's double here. So we have Pluto with Neptune, Pluto with Neptune. Double, get your collective poops into groups and change your perspective about what's going on so that you can now receive the clarity. And that's exactly what's going on here. That's where you're at. That's beautiful. So, finding the clarity that you need and finding your voice in order to communicate those things out to people is so sexy. Okay? So as we talk about this next card coming up here, the near future, 4 Swords. If you still feel like you're a little bit groggy, you've been taking a knee, okay, this 4 Swords is the energy of validating that there's rest, but you are going to have to use that restful information, and you're going to have to move forward, and you're going to have to do something with it. Now, you are moving into the energy of the 5 of Swords, and you know what I always say about the 5 of Swords. If you feel you're resting for battle, okay, but be cautious of the way that you use your throat chakra at this point. right? Because we're all going through some sort of change right now, okay? From the end of September until where we're at right now by the 14th, especially with all of these back-to-back major portals, and we have the 11-22-22 coming up, okay? Everybody is going through something, so say what you have to say, but try to do it with as much ease and grace as you possibly can, because you're not the only one that's going through things. How is this affecting other people? Or, I'm sorry, how does this situation affect you in your personal power? This is the 7th position. This is the Page of Coins. And this is you stepping into something that's more you. This is you doing something with your skill set. This is you creating, and this is new opportunities coming towards you that are going to create a little bit more stability. So I understand the defense mechanism, and that's why I'm saying the way that I'm saying it. I understand the potential defense mechanism for some people, especially if you were underwater for a while, and there's a second opportunity that's coming around for you. You didn't lose it. I very clearly said this to, who did I say this to? Because it was very similar. Was it Aries? It might have been Aries. It was either Aries or Sagittarius, but regardless of the situation, if the universe gives you space to figure some things out, but you're supposed to be over here, and you were dinking around and doing some other things over here because you were learning and growing and changing, and at some point they'll go, hey, wait a minute, let's link back together. You never will lose where you're supposed to be, okay? Be mindful of that. Now, this is the one that threw me for a little bit of a loopy-loop here, because this affects your decisions and the things. This is the outcome of how it could potentially be affecting other people. Again, mind your words. The 6 of Swords in the reverse position is someone feeling as though you're making wrong decisions. Someone is not on Team Scorpio. And that can hurt if people don't understand what it is that you're trying to do. But the reality of the situation, this is your life and your movement forward, and no one has any right to tell you otherwise. So do what you feel you're supposed to do, because the universe said so. This is for you. This is for you to do. You manifested some opportunity and the universe said, yeah, we agree. Let's get on this thing. Right? Okay. Hopes and fears. Double cards. So the hopes and fear that I see here is this 3 of Swords, which is the energy that you are, I believe this is the energy that you're in. Not so much fear for yourself, but it keeps pulling me back to this energy of this 4 of into the 5 of Swords. You've got something to say to somebody, and even though you have the gumption to do it, you haven't said all the things quite yet. So this is the energy of the 3 of Swords. Because whatever this is that you're getting ready to shift out of, you obviously had some sort of positive thought process about it in the past, but you're ready to move forward. 3 of Swords. Into the 4 of Swords. I got to do what I got to do, man. I'm out. Here's my 2 weeks notice. Bye. That's this energy here. But you're justified in doing it because here's the Ace of Wands. This is a gift from the universe sparking you, giving you that gift of life, giving you that energy that you need, Scorpio, that fire that you need in order to get to this new thing. This Page of Pentacles will bring you all the way up to this new series of, all the steps within the Pentacles till you get all of them. And the outcome of the situation, my friend, is the 8 of Coins. Into the 9 of Coins. This is the progression. This is where you're going, Scorpio. So don't let anyone shit on your parade. Period. End of discussion. You are coming out ahead here. Just be kind in the delivery of you giving your 2 weeks notice or whatever it is that you have to do in order to continue to move forward, because you are guaranteed success here. The 8 of Pentacles has everything to do with being a gifted, talented, skilled, masterful individual. Okay? Starseed. And I'm talking to a few of you. This is indicating a pattern of upgrades. This is indicating a pattern of new talents. Okay? Some of you have been gifted the universe through this Scorpio eclipse that we had. New talents. New DNA is kicked off. Integration time from now until the end of the month is very, very important, because you're going to learn how to reuse old gift, skills, and talents that have been gifted to you from the universe. Your spirit guides are heavily working with you, and you are guaranteed success. So you've accepted that. Even though it might be hard for you to do the last final bits of the things, you are encouraged to do it with as much ease and grace as you possibly can, because you are going places, baby. Okay? All right, 8 of Coins. We are going to cap this off with one more card, one more oracle card. This is for Scorpios. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Double meaning here. Not only do you need to make sure that you realize that you need to use this rest for healing, and if that's what you've been doing, then great. But I'm also talking to my starseed healers that are out there as well. You're going to be cranking up the juice in some new areas, some new modalities potentially. Honor that, because it was gifted to you for a reason. It was always yours. Now's the time to use it. And the sun is shining on it. The angels are so excited for what it is that you're about ready to do. Now, I realize that not everyone is going to resonate with 100% of what it is that I just delivered, and that's totally fine. You don't hurt my feelings if you're not. But do make sure that you're taking a look at all of the different star sign capabilities for yourself. Okay? And I do ask that even if you got a little bit of something out of this, like, comment, even if it's with just a teeny tiny emoji. Share this if you're new. Consider subscribing. You're going to hear a lot of different readers here on the platform talk about the fact that the analytical change has affected people being unsubscribed. And so those mechanisms right there are guaranteeing that you are being shown the material. If you have to unsubscribe and then resubscribe and hit the all notifications, that's going to be really, really supportive. But all of us are being affected right now with the way that the shifting is happening. It is what it is. So if you could do that, that would be super, super awesome. And I thank you very much. But I am going to clean this up, and we're going to move over to our Libra sign. So thank you very much, Scorpio. We'll talk to you soon. Goodbye for now. All right, Libra, you guys are up. Let's go ahead and get into the energetics for you guys here for now until the end of the month here of November. I'm going to do just like I did everyone else. We're going to do the Celtic cross, but I'm going to do it in linear fashion due to space constraints. I am asking that if you resonate with this, that you make sure that you like or you comment, even if it's just an emoji, as the analytics of YouTube have changed and a lot of people have become unsubscribed. We need to make sure that all of the readers are being seen. If you would be gracious enough to do that, that would be super awesome. Alrighty then, so this is for Libra. Sun, Moon, Rising, anywhere else that you have Venus very heavy in your chart. Here we go. Let's just get straight on into it. I am using the In-Between Tarot. You guys know that I like that, especially for mid-month before we have a sign change. It's very important. You get a twofer, and we're with this particular deck in general, just like many other signs here at this mid-month point, there are a lot of shifts that have taken place, and it's very important to me with all the different energies that we've been in that you have an opportunity to kind of get a little bit of a heads up about what else could be coming before the end of the month to give you a chance to adjust where necessary, where required. Alrighty then. We're not going to do any clarifiers unless I'm called to it. I haven't really felt the need to or have had to, except for maybe one or two. I think I had to do that with Pisces. Yeah, I know I did it with Pisces. I knew it was going to come. 8. But a lot of freaking major arcana here, Libra. I'm just like freaking out right now going, holy buckets. All right. How is this affecting other people? Hopes and fears, and then the final outcome. Thank you. Okay, and the final outcome for Libra, and then we'll jump right in. Whoa. Okay. Okay, bottom of the deck, we, for the second time, have the energy of the Hierophant mixed in with the energy of the Lovers. So we are talking commitment. This could be a lover, ooh, and then you have the Emperor and the Empress behind that, and the Two of Wands. My friends, this is turning into a situation where What this is most important to you is in this position, this is higher level commitment that you have for yourself in a situation. But let's go ahead and get straight into it. You guys know I'm not the only reader that understands this. The Spirit has explained, well, I know for myself, but other people do the same thing. When a card is sideways, you are still in the middle of shifting this energy. So the current situation for you, Libra, not all of you, but a lot of you are going to resonate with this, is trying to find your happy. Your Two of Cups, right? Your Two of Cups transitioning into the Three of Cups. You are in active decision-making processes as we speak, as it comes to higher level commitment. Now, that higher level commitment could be job. That higher level commitment could be to your best friend. It could be to your husband, your wife, your whatever type of ship you got going on if you're not married. It could be with another member of your family, but someone that you have close relationship. But for me, what I'm getting out of this as I'm looking at this is that a lot of this has to do with you and you. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to it. Your personal commitment to yourself. What is affecting this particular situation? Well, what's affecting this particular situation is energy of feeling like you need to rest. This is so similar to part of the Scorpio reading in some senses. So if you've got Scorpio in your chart, please go take a look at that one. But we have the energy of the Four of Swords transitioning into the Five of Swords. This is resting. You just came out of a situation. You're resting, and now you're getting ready to go into another situation or conflict, potentially. You will have the upper hand, though. But why do we need to have an upper hand, or what are we resting from? Well, we're resting from work, money, resources, stability, a shift in stability. That's exactly what's going on here. So you are trying to find your happy, and what's affecting you is your thought process. Do you have to gear yourself up to be or say something specific to somebody? Well, and the basis of the situation, what it is here is the Ace of Wands. You have a spark, and you're trying to make decisions about doing something. So ergo the rest that you're trying to get, but the universe is gifting you something. Please go take a look at the Scorpio reading. I'm telling you. We have the past that is still affecting this particular current situation. I said before this was higher level commitment because this is the Lovers in the reverse position with the Chariot in the reverse position. This is a no-go type of a situation. So this higher level commitment for me, for a lot of, because most of your reading here is major arcana. You're trying to think who the other one was. I think it might have been Cancer, but this is a major shift in time that you're going through, Libra. And the Lovers in the reverse position is a very hard choice that needed to be made. Hard decision to be made. Should I move forward or should I not? Should I stay or should I go? Those are very hard decisions to make, and this is exactly what I'm getting out of this. We'll continue to move forward. Representing the present, like I said, just like you have that Two of Cups trying to find your happy, this energetic card here has everything to do with you guaranteeing that you're getting your happy. This is the Ace of Cups trying to get back into the Two of Cups. I mean, this is you trying to figure out your happiness. From old to new. Old partners, old structures, old commitments into new partners, new commitments, new structures, new emotional satisfaction. You are in the zone of chill right now. The energy of the Chariot now mixed in with the energy of the Strength card is you taking time to develop those next moves. You going in and communicating with Spirit. You taking a leap of faith on yourself and listening to what it is that they are trying to share with you so that you can be in the best position to make the next series of moves. Your power in this situation is the transformation that you're currently going through. This is the Death card mixed in with the energy of Temperance. That Temperance energy is your match for balance, right? And accepting the fact that you are going through this shift for a reason. Venus being in the stars the way that it has, not only through your own birthday season, but through the energy of Scorpio. Again, if you're a cusper, take a look at both of them. Universe is telling you, we are agreeing with the shift that needs to take place with you. Now, how this could be affecting other people around you, or the way that they are potentially affecting the energy around you, is we have this energy of this 10 of Cups. But what happens when you've spilt all of the milk in this one responsibility or group or process? It comes right back around, because all 10s turn back into the aces. So in other words, you finished a cycle. Your hopes and fears in the situation, well, this is the Knight of Cups. This is, can I just please like keep my head above water and keep paddling beautifully so that I can get to this next level? And the answer to the situation is, well, yeah. But the outcome that I have here, and it was presented in the reverse position, but Spirit's asking me to put it in the sideways position. Okay? The Queen of Wands in the reverse position is a slowdown in energy. It's a slowdown of activity. It's a lack of commitment to a thing, which is fine, because I mentioned at the very beginning of the collective portion that as we get towards the end of this month here, there's kind of like a natural slowdown of energy from the cosmos. We like get a break for like a week and a half where there's nothing going on. Complete integration time. But many of you are in the energy of trying to make a decision about what it is that you're going to do next. What are you going to create? What are you business owners going to bring forth as new products, new collaborations, new growth, those different types of things. And I'm going to leave it sideways because that's what they told me to do. But if you have to slow down at one point to continue to finish to do the research, and you've got all this major arcana saying, yes, we agree with you going in and just revealing and receiving this information, you definitely need to integrate it so that you can feel comfortable moving into a decision to put, go all up, all in. Because the next place from there is the King of Wands. And that is driving forward with all of the things, putting all the stakes in the ground, showing up, shaking hands, doing those different types of things. So Libra, this is actually a really, really good reading. And it explains to me, again, 2, 4, 6, major energies that are here for you. And so the universe is accepting your challenge in one sense, or you've accepted the challenge of the universe to agree to disagree, throwing the gauntlet down with this Two of Wands about something it is that you want, because it's going to bring you better happiness, better joy, better balance within yourself. And that's exactly what this is about for you from now until the end of the month. We're going to pull one oracle card for you to cap this off, and then I will move into the energy of Gemini. All right, Libra. What do we have for Libra as the advice? Woo! Well, there you go. Okay, we're going to take all of them because they said to do so. First of all, there is a shift in the environment. This is the energy of the angels, 4-4. Okay, so you've left an environment. You've left something. Okay, they are talking to you about seeing, recognizing the synchronicities that are about. Okay, pay attention to them, which is why you need to go in and be the hermit. And the other thing is, I really do feel as though they're asking you to recognize the harmony in the situation. Now, take a look at whatever musical frequencies work for you. Hertz frequencies are very, very good. I swear I did the Hertz frequencies when we did the... I know I did them a couple weeks ago. Just go back and take another look. If you're done with that frequency, maybe take another frequency look as I've used the... words. Why can't I speak today? As I used the sacred geometry deck for the frequency and the Hertz musics and the other opportunities. But regardless, this is an opportunity for you to start to shift, and you're doing it. And there's no negativity that I can see out of this. This is nothing but wins and gains. This is just about you managing the flow. And that's exactly where you're supposed to be. Equal air, earth, fire, and water all up in this for you between now and the remainder of the month. And so, and that's not balance. I don't know what you're going to call it, but This is a significant shift that you're going through right now, and you should be praising yourself for feeling confident enough to step forward. And so it does look like you're doing that, making some shifts to make you the happy person and be more balanced in your tomorrows. So that's what I have for you, Libras. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, and make sure that your notification bells are turned on. Unsubscribe, resubscribe if that's what you need to do to make sure that you're seeing these messages. Many, many blessings. We'll talk to you guys later. We're going to move on to Gemini. Bye. All right, we're on to Gemini. Same spiel. We are doing the Celtic cross style. We're just doing it in linear fashion for space constraints. The pitch that I've said to every other sign is, if you're not already aware, the analytics of YouTube has shifted a little bit, especially for the reading channels. And so many people have become unsubscribed unknowingly. So please make sure that you are subscribed. You can unsubscribe and then resubscribe, so that corrects the algorithm. And then please make sure that you are liking, commenting, even if it's just an emoji, and sharing where possible, so that we can all continue to provide you with the information that you so deserve. Okay, so we are going to, whoa, we have a couple of doubles here. We're going to take them just as they are. Give me just a second here. What is happening? There we go. Let's do that. Put our music back on. Thank you. Double cards here in the 4th position. Every single sign has been getting that. That makes a lot of sense about what's relevant to the current situation for you. I'm going to put that one back in because that was a thumb flick. Yeah. So in the intro with the all, like I mentioned, we do get a break at the end of the month, but we have a lot of energy still we're navigating through. We got another big portal coming up, the 11-22-22. So yeah, we need to check in. Let's see what we have going on in the 5th position for you. What is the present? How is this affecting the present for our Geminis right now, please? Thank you. Ooh. All right. What's going on in the near future? Got some strong decisions to make here, my friends. Near future. Thank you so much. Wow. Okay, well, I guess that's just going to be the way that it is for the air signs. Double doubles again. All right. The effects of other people around you. 8th position, double double. Hopes and fears. 9th position, please. Thank you. And the outcome for our Geminis, please. Thank you. All right, my friends. So we have a situation where we are making a decision to not look backwards, which I think is a beautiful thing. You had or are getting ready to make a strong decision about walking away from someone or something that is no longer serving you. That's the generic version of what is going to be said here. Let's go ahead and jump right on in. The first card that we do have here for my Gemini friends is the energy of the Tower in the reverse position. Now this is also mixed in with the energy of the major Capricorn card, the Devil card. And so this means that there's a huge dodging of a bullet that you are going through here. I beg your pardon. This is the Star card, not the Capricorn card. My apologies. So when the Star card, Aquarius and Mercury, Mars and Aquarius are quarreling. Mars is the aggressive go energy, and Mars is in retrograde right now. And Aquarius is that we want to bring all this new energy in, and there's this quarrel. There's a stop. But the Tower in the reverse position, with it representing itself here in the current situation, is that there is a slowdown in activity regardless. The effect, how this is affecting you or why this is going down, is based upon the energy here of the Empress mixed in with the High Priestess. More information that you need to know. The challenge of this is that there's more information that you need to know about in order for this thing, this Aquarian energy that you wanted to bring forward, to come and be a sticking point here in the ground for you. Nine of Swords energy represents the basis of the situation. A lot of anxiety, a lot of sleepless nights, waiting. When is this going to happen? When is this going to happen? When is this going to happen? And so, you know, you got to get to the point where you're willing to let that go. Okay. In the fourth position, you do get there. You do let this go. And for me, it's kind of a double-edged sword in this conversation for me, and here's why. Well, the first thing is we have is this the Knight or the King? That is the Knight of Coins in the reverse position. Again, slow down, right? This is the cosmic Amazon driver being derailed. You know, his GPS signal has been adjusted. So there's a slowdown with something that you need for stability, okay? The King of Coins, the Knight of Coins, he's being pulled back. That's what's up. This Mars retrograde is affecting what's going on for you right now. The Five of Swords in the reverse position, though, is understanding that it is what it is. The Five of Swords in the reverse position could have something to do with the conflict that you would have had with somebody else, and saying what it is that you needed to say, because you're trying to move forward. You're trying to get over the hump. You're trying to bring in this new energy. Right? And there's nothing wrong with that. But the Five of Swords in the reverse position does indicate that you're at least willing to let go of and the only word I can say is the biting tongue. Nothing wrong with having an open throat chakra. As long as we are saying things with ease and grace, because every single person on this planet, if you're breathing, you are going through some series of change right now, period. End of discussion. Have some grace. Have a little ease and grace. Give some to yourself. Give some compassion to other people as well. Wow. So when we get into this energy here of what's representing the present, this is the Hatfields and McCoys. This is higher level commitment mixed in with that Emperor energy that we have. So Aries and Taurus energy conflicting here a little bit. What's the right thing to do and the tasty way to do it? And unfortunately, there's no agreement here. We have to agree to disagree at the highest order. Because we're just not getting there. Now, the best energy about the Emperor is that they're ready to move forward. They are taking care of all the different things. They are the people that we want to be around. That's our mojo. That's our motivation. That's the thing that we need. But when we come across the Hierophant, when we come across higher level commitment, when we come across an employer that's asking us to do something that we don't want to do, or whether we're in for business ourselves and we realize that there's some sort of a compromise that must have to be made, and it's a very sticky point. Okay? Or very seriously, could just be up against an Aries or a Taurus. But at the end of the day, it's uncomfortable. It's very uncomfortable. It's that energy that we all have to fight. So Hatfield McCoy, there's not going to be a winner here. There just isn't. So, what do? Another major arcana sitting right next to that is the energy of the Judgment with the World card. This represents the near future. This represents having to make a judgment call in order to get to where it is that you want to be. The World indicates that a cycle needs to be completed here, and you have to be ready to jump and do the things that need to be done. This is literally taking that next step, and it looks as though that's what you're getting ready to do. We have two cards here. The first is the energy of the Knight of Wands in the reverse position. I'm going to do it like this so you can see the card cleanly. And this represents your power in the situation. So the Knight of Wands in the reverse position is not putting forth any energy. It's like, we're not doing this anymore. Really clarified with the thought process that you have right now going, I'm done with this and I'm ready to resign. I'm ready to move forward. I'm ready to let go of this situation with the Ten of Swords so that I can get to this clear moment of the Ace of Swords. I need a new opportunity. I need a new direction. I need a new thing. I need to make this be done. I got to cut some BS out of my life here. This needs to complete itself already. How is this situation affecting other people around you? Ooh, double doubles. Okay, Gemini. We have the energy of the King of Cups here. So This is trying to paddle underwater and keep everything as balanced as you possibly can. It really is. This person could represent you, but it could also represent someone else that's really, really trying to help you understand how to get to this next piece, and it's really keeping you afloat. And this person could represent the beauty of Mercury, the magician, but we do have the magician here. So there's someone that is in your energy, and it very well could be a water sign if this is not you. This is the energy of the magician mixed in with the energy of the high priestess. This is like there's extra effort that can be put forward here in order to make something that you want come to fruition. He is using the element of water here to bring forth what he needs, this creative energy, right? Triple moon energy that we've got there, goddess energy, creativity, creation. Mixed in with the, like I said, the high priestess, like there's more knowing that's getting ready to come forth. So I do feel that someone is very much helping you, and it's possible that you're doing some very beautiful moon magic. It's very possible that you did some very good works when we got to the eclipse energy of the Scorpio moon, and you know, this wishing moon that we had here with the eclipse here recently in Taurus. Because the hopes and fears that we have here is, can you maintain the stability without losing your grip? That is the Four of Wands energy transitioning into the Five of Wands. So the Four of Wands usually does indicate a couple of different things. One, it's 1111. It's the 1111 gateway, but it's creating the pillars that we need for stability. Usually it's home, but it can also be business. But it does represent that gateway. And the conflict, the Five of Wands is the conflict within yourself a little bit. So can you be stable, right? That's the fear. Can you keep it together? Now the outcome that we have here in the situation is the Seven of Cups. You are going to be spoiled for choice at some point here. So there's going to be more options than you can deal with at once. That sometimes can represent confusion, but in my opinion, this is not necessarily confusion as much as it is you're going to get a breadth of a lot of different things based upon these energies. And so you have to be able to make the best decision possible when the opportunity absolutely arrives. It's not on your time, it's universe's time, but thank you for doing this extra work potentially with someone else, right? There's going to be a lot of options here. And so you have to be ready to be ready to be ready here at the end of the month. It's pretty much what's going on here without going backwards. Let us cap this off for you because I feel this is pretty straightforward. It's a lot of energy, but it's good energy. It's a very straightforward story. You want something to happen. You're waiting for it to happen. You are in the influence a little bit of what the astrology is doing right now, but it will even itself out. It will even itself out, and you are going to be spoiled for choice when you get to this end here because the Judgment card says you must. A cycle must end so that you can get over here. Okay, so they're just asking you to have a little bit of patience. All right, let's see what we have here for our Gemini. This is all about personal growth, baby. This is all about personal growth and spiritual growth as well. You can get through this next couple of weeks. You will have grown very strongly into your spiritual power. So please utilize that energy for the way that it was intended. If you are able to agree with this, I would love to have the thumbs up and all the things. If you didn't, make sure that you take a look at all of the other star energy that is out there. And I don't even mind if you want to argue with me. I really don't. But at the end of the day, you are going to get what you want. Okay, you manifested it. It's strong. You avoided something. The universe is agreeing with you that something has to change, and it's going to change. You're going to have a lot of different options. So, Gemini, I hope that this finds you well. And I am getting ready to move on to the sign of Aquarius. So I will leave that with you. Many blessings, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye. Okay, Aquarius, you are up. So just like everybody else, we are doing the Celtic cross just in a linear style for space. And just as I've said to everybody else, YouTubies has gone through some analytical changes, and so there are a lot of channels, I should say, that are being affected with having people subscribed and then unsubscribed. And so want to make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. We are making sure that to get back within the analytics that we are receiving likes, shares, comments, even if it's just an emoji. within the broadcast here to make sure that we are back up to snuff, just like everyone else. You got doubles. And so we greatly appreciate it. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Make sure that you take a look at your other star chart signs. There we go. All right. Let's look at the near future. Near future for Aquarius. Double doubles. Okay. Triples. Holy buckets. Okay. Wow. Okay. Their power. All right. Effects of people around you. Effects of people around Aquarius. Hopes and fears. And the outcome for Aquarius from now to the end of the month. Okay. Well. Aquarius. The underlier is the energy of the magician here, mixed in with the energy of the high priestess. So we are talking about using and doing some serious requests of the universe, because there's more going on than you happen to know about right now. And so the energy of the magician is asking you to work with in communication, but in this instance, it's your communication. I would say inward, but also to the outward, because the high priestess will share with you more information if you are willing to, go within a little bit and focus on the outcome of some things that you've already asked for, I guess is the easiest way for me to say it. In order to receive clarity. This is like a strong decision that needs to be made, and so there's a lot baked into the two sides that I'm seeing here, so I'm going to do my best to articulate both, but this basically boils down to some decisions that have to be made, and they're not easy decisions, and so there's more going on in the background, Aquarius, that you don't have knowledge about right now, and the reason is because of some outside influences, and that's fine. So we're going to go ahead and we're just going to jump right in here, okay? So the first card in the deck is something that's in motion right now. And this is the situation at hand. This is the energy of the Seven of Pentacles. And when the Seven of Pentacles is in question, you are evaluating, re-evaluating, deciding, taking a look at the growth of a project, a resource, a place, a person, or a thing, so that you can decide whether or not you're going to continue to invest in that person, place, thing, or idea. That's what it is. The crossing energy, or what's affecting this decision, is the energy of the Ace of Cups. And this is how much energy, effort you are personally pouring into it. And we always want to be able to invite other people into, this is where we're going with the Ace of Cups. This represents the single individual, and then this other individual would represent the second cup. Pouring into something, and at the moment it's not being poured back into you, but the potential of it could be there. So I think that's where the sticking point could be coming from for some of you. The other card that is in flux or in flow as we currently speak is this energy of the Six of Wands. This is the basis of the situation. It's movement, trying to move forward in the right direction. But feeling that you may not be 100% on top of the situation. That would be where the Seven of Wands kind of represents itself here in the outcome of where this wants to travel. But for the moment, you believe you have everything under control. So yeah, there's victory here, but I do feel that there's the shift that's coming for you. Clearly, because we're at the doubles of the fours. Every sign has gotten this. Yep, there's the progression right there. So we have we're going to go with the progression. They said start with that. So you have the 6 to the 7. Now you're into the 8 and the 9. This represents the past that is contributing to what's going on in the situation as it stands right now. This has everything to do with communication. This has everything to do with forward momentum. This has everything to do with baby chariot energy, because that's exactly what the Eight of Wands represents. But when we get to this energy of the Nine of Wands, there's this halting, there's this stopping that has to take place. And sometimes it's where people need to breathe, catch a knee, take a breath. And the energy that comes out of this also is a situation where we have this Nine of Pentacles, independence or codependence in this particular situation, because of where it's stationed. And codependence in Pentacles has everything to do with, well, it can be a couple of different things. Again, people, places, usually it's strategic financial types of decisions, but it very often is people, because Pentacles represent people. So there's this codependence that you are trying to take a break from, or there's this communication with this codependence that's going on here. In the fifth position, what it is that we have here, talking about the present, is the current space of the Two of Pentacles trying to get to the Three of Pentacles. So there is this promise of coming together. There is this promise of this trying. There is this promise of shifting, new collaborations, new ways of going about things, new groups. But in order to make that happen, something with this Two of Coins has to be adjusted. So the Two of Coins does very often mean that there's this activity that's going on and you're doing this, like you're balancing 17,000 things at the same time. And while sometimes we're very good at that, air signs in general, trying to balance a lot, sometimes you can't. Sometimes you got to let something go in order to balance something. So something has to give here, which is very, very evident. When we get into the future energy, we have two back-to-back major arcanas, meaning 4 major arcanas, and a decision that needs to be made. We're going to start off with the decision. So we start off with the Seven of Cups in the reverse position. This is finally making a decision about something. This is pulling off one of the cups that the universe has presented to us, and we've decided to do something with that cup, and which is the advice I normally give to all people when you see the Seven of Cups in the upright. It can mean confusion to some people, but very often what it means is there's so many options in all of those different cups that show up. You can only start with one at a time. So at least that's what's happening. There is one decision that has been made, which is great. The decision, however, is a Hatfield-McCoy type of a situation. And this is the energy of the Emperor with the Hierophant. Now, this is a very significant situation, because the Emperor represents our movement forward. It represents who we want to be. It represents how we are moving in our first house. That might be very important for some people to take a look at where Aries is in your chart very specifically, because Aries is the energy of the sense of self, right? And the energy that it's fighting here is the energy of the Hierophant, which is commitment. Commitment with higher education, commitment with next steps in business, commitment with a partner, domestic or business. However the case may be, there is this huge knockdown drag out that's going on internally, and there is no win in this situation. So the final card that shows up here is the other duplicate major arcana, which is the area of justice with this Wheel of Fortune, right? And the energy of justice is like, listen, this is time to put up or shut up type of a situation, because where she's approaching is these villagers here getting ready to put the hangman up in the tree. So what I'm being asked to share here is, for some of you, not all of you is going to resonate this way, but justice approaching the hangman is like she's getting ready to, give reason and give cause as to why this situation This is speaking now or forever holding your peace. That's literally what they're telling me to say. So I'm going to say that. But the other conversation that they're talking to me about for some of you is where Neptune and Venus are in your chart. Find out what house that's in. Okay? Because there's going to be some significance. Not for all of you, but for some of you. And that's going to reveal a little bit more if you are in tune with your chart. But this is huge. Because basically the universe is like, you got to X or get off the pot. Something cannot stand the way that it is, and it's going to affect too many of the other things going forward. And justice really wants to be able to help you, but you may have to be in the rafters. You may have to, sit down and review things from a couple of different perspectives. And if it's not you, you're putting somebody else in that tree. So you're dealing with the major situation or scenario here that's going on. The 7th position that we have is representing your power in the situation. We have the 10 of Swords, man. I mean, the 10 of Swords is the energy of, I'm done. I'm letting this go, at least from a mental perspective, because you cannot do anything else in the situation. You can't. In order for you to receive this clarity of this Ace of Swords, the 10 has to come down. This is a final, done, dead, over with situation. You have to make that hard decision to, cut something out. Not easy. This is a huge, this is huge. I can see this. How the situation is affecting the people around you that's a contributing or affecting the situation happens to be the King of Coins or the King of Pentacles. Stability. Financial stability. It has to be financial stability they're telling me this is financial stability for you. This is super important. And when we're going to go through a major financial change, whether it's you deciding to put money down for college or invest in an expansion or whatever the case may be, again, if this is partnership related and there's a shift that's happening here, it's a major type of a situation because your stability needs to be such that you feel comfortable, confident moving forward and doing the next thing. And the hopes and fears is that you're not going to be able to manage. The situation that is here is the energy of the Chariot in the reverse position. That's a no-go situation, my friend. That is exactly what we were talking about here. There's a lot of karma that's wrapped up into this card. Chariot energy mixed in with the energy of strength, Leo energy. I'm putting the signs out there because somebody watching this is going to be flipping through this with their chart and they're going to start putting all of the dots together and it's going to start to finally make sense. It's my hope in all the readings, but the Chariot in the reverse position is stop. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200 as it's stationed here. What I'm getting out of this is there's this fear about going inward a little bit because you don't want to be told no. You don't want to be told something that you don't want to hear. You don't want to hear the other end of the 10 of Swords coming down. But the outcome of the situation is this is not something that you can avoid, my friend, because the Death card mixed in with Temperance here is you can't avoid. This is not something you can avoid. The Phoenix has got to fly. Death and rebirth must take place. Focus on the rebirth portion of it, not necessarily the death portion of it. But Scorpio season is also important, Scorpio, and also find out where you have Sagittarius very heavy in your chart because Sagittarius is asking you to alchemize, right? Moderate a little bit of this, a little bit of that in order for this rebirth to become something that you can handle because again, at the end of the day, you're being asked to create a situation. The High Priestess has more information going on behind the scenes that you're aware of right now. This is what you need to do. You need to go in and you need to create this situation or this portal within spirit to help you determine what that is. Ace of Swords in the reversed hard decisions being made for something that you want to bring forward with Empress energy, and the only way for you to get through it is to go through it. Five of Cups is healing, coming full circle within the healing that has to take place so that you can, one more time, open your heart chakra and move forward. So the time is now, my friends. Gonna pull one card for you, Aquarius. Suggestions from the universe, again, now until the end of the month. And of course, you always need to go in with your own spirit team, but this is what I'm getting for the collective. So in conjunction with the beginning portion of the message I did for the whole collective, there's a lot of people going through a lot of stuff at the same time, and you're not exempt. All right, advice for our Aquarius. Make the effort. The yellows don't really come clean on this screen, so hopefully you can see it, but Sagittarius energy, right? Sagittarius is asking for you to put forth the effort. You got to do the work. The only other way to say it is do the work. You got to do the work. Whatever the work is for you, it must be done in order for you to navigate this in the most beautiful way possible. There's way too much going on here. I could be here for another 25 minutes, but I'm going to leave this here, Aquarius. Hopefully you were able to get a lot out of that. And of course, if that's not going to resonate with everyone, that's totally fine. Make sure that you take a look at your other signs to get a full picture. And I'm going to leave it for you there. Many blessings to you guys. And we're going to move on to our fun friends in Capricorn land. So we'll talk to you later. Bye for now. All right, Capricorns, you guys are up. Same spiel as everybody else. We are doing a version of the Celtic Cross just in a linear format, so I can utilize the space appropriately. And just as I've shared with everybody else, you may or may not know that YouTube is going through some analytics adjustments and some shifts and things of that nature. There have been a lot of people that have been unsubscribed from their channels, not seeing them. So we're asking, most readers and other folks here are asking that you please continue to like, comment, even if it's just an emoji, to allow the platform to be seen within YouTube itself. Make sure that if you are subscribed specifically for those channels that you really want to see, unsubscribe and then resubscribe so it resets itself, and then hit the all on the notifications, and then you can pare it back down after that. Okay, thank you for that. Commercial, as always, only take what resonates with you, leave the rest, because it may not be your message, it may not be that portion of that section of Capricorn that you're in. You could be in one of the other portions of your star sign. Jesus, you guys have a lot going on. Sorry about that. So yeah, take a look at all of your signage here. All right, representing the effects of other people around, hopes and fears, and then we're going to jump right in. I will show all the cards on camera and we'll go through our conversation. One oracle card I'm not going to clarify unless I'm being told to. I don't really think it's necessary. You will have the opportunity to read and see this information in advance to make those adjustments, and then the outcome will change based upon what you bring towards the energy. Good gravy! Like, you guys win so far with all the major arcana. Sorry, here's the outcome for Capricorn. Oh my God! Come on, universe. All of them? Okay, well, you are the winners of the most cards for what's going on here at the end of the month. So it's very, very clear to me that you have a lot going on, Capricorn. The bottom of the deck is talking about the Nine of Coins in the reverse position. And so this is asking you to examine your level of dependence or independence versus codependence in a situation. Setting yourself free? Are we? Are we not? Still thinking about it? All of these sideways cards are telling me that you are in the middle of shifting. You're still in the middle of healing and realizing and trying to integrate those different informations. Like I said at the very beginning, informational section for the collective. But you have a lot going on here, man. Let's just jump in. The first card, Capricorn, that we have is the energy of the star, representing the situation. But in this deck, this is the in-between. We're mixing it with the energy of the moon. So the energy of star or Aquarius energy is coming in, and it's talking to us about our wishes and our wants. So the situation is that you're stuck because you want to be somewhere and you haven't quite arrived at what it is that you've been asking the universe to give you. So it's very possible that with the Scorpio eclipse that a lot of this stuff started to come in. We are shifting, okay? But it hasn't quite arrived. So that is what we have going on. What's contributing to this is the energy of the Three of Cups. Now the Three of Cups usually represents good times and good people around you, but in this one it's representing complacency because that fourth cup wants to come in. And that fourth cup is a hint from the universe about something that needs to get shifted. So even though you might be okay, the universe is like, you're not okay. We agree that something needs to shift, but there's other things you need to know about first. The first major warning that we have here, this is the basis of the situation. This is, are you or are you not getting ready to step foot into somewhere you're not supposed to be? There are two warning cards that are that strong that comes in this deck, and this is my favorite one out of the two. You are about ready to step into some mess that you have no business being involved in. That is the energy of Libra's justice mixing itself in with the energy of the Wheel of Fortune. The move you make now, or the moves that you're considering right now, are very critical. Okay? What we have here in the fourth position is representing what happened in the past that is affecting the situation. You made a bad turn before somewhere. Just period, straight up. That's what's up. Six of Swords in the reverse position was you got led somewhere I think that you probably didn't want to go. You did it because you had to do it, but it wasn't because it wasn't what you wanted to do. Yeah. I think you did it because you had to do it, not because you wanted to do it. All right? Therefore, the other major arcana that comes out as we get into our fifth position here, representing currently where you're at. You kind of know that something's wonky or something presented to you doesn't really smell right. Okay, and so the energy of the High Priestess is getting down to the bottom of the situation, especially with the energy of the Empress, so that I can clear this up and bring forward what I want. And that's how I'm going to read this, because the very next card that we have, again, I'm an intuitive reader and I listen to my guidance team as well when I'm doing this. So the sixth card that we have talking about the near future is sexy. And I know that's what's going on for you because you have the energetics of the Fool mixed in with the energy of the Magician. Meaning you have time to make this creation that you're asking for come through. You're trying to clean up something from the past and the universe is like, yeah, you got time. We agree that some things need to get set up before you take that big leap. We agree that you can take a look from higher above before you take that next leap of faith. You can scope some things out. We agree with you. That's exactly what this card is about. Your power in this situation is what you're dealing with right now, and that is examining, re-examining, trying to figure out where your actual stakes in the ground are going to go with the Seven of Pentacles. Or Six of Pentacles. How am I doing this? Okay. Six of Coins is regaining your balance so that you can get to that Seven of Pentacles, so that you can make a finer evaluation and you can make a better investment, whatever investment means to you. Time, resources, people, places. It's going to be different for everybody. So you have to know what that investment is for you, because this is a whole hell of a lot. You are trying really, really hard to get back up to snuff here. You're really trying to get balanced in the situation. And so that is You're listening to what universe is saying. You've just been going through a shit show. And I'm sorry for being so crass, but that is like good gravy. My God. Every other card is a major arcana. Y'all are going through it. How this is affecting or other outside influences affecting you. Well, you could be dealing with a Scorpio, or you could be dealing with a Sagittarius, because this is the death card transitioning into the temperance, but it doesn't have to be. What I do feel is that the stars have been challenging you a little bit, Capricorn. I think that Scorpio season did its job. It brought stuff up to the surface that needed to be cleared. That's exactly what its job was. And temperance is the energy of trying to make things balanced behind you so that the right thing, the righteous thing, can come out in the right way, right? Death is death to the old and busted so that we can bring in the new hotness. So the hopes and the fears is, again, going back to the moon. Like, I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure I can do this. Yeah, you can. This is where you started. Excuse me. This is where you started. I'm not really sure. Wait, which hand? I really wanted something to happen, but I'm not really sure it's going to happen. And then the hopes and fears are, I'm not really sure. But this is a better position of I'm not really sure, because at least the sun is here. So the sun will highlight for you if you have any last minute onesie, twosie, I'm not really sure. We went through all of this, and the universe says, have faith in yourself, because allow us to do the job that you asked us to do. All right. So the energy of laying in between the sun and the moon, especially in this deck, I love this deck when it comes to this mid-month, specifically for this, so that you realize that you've asked the universe for something. You talked to the moon. Somebody did. And all you got to do is just lay low and let the sun shine on you for a little bit. Just chill out a little bit if you can. All right. Now the outcome, there's a lot. So give me a minute. There's a lot for Capricorn in the outcome. You win all the cards for the day. I don't know why you're worried, Capricorn. This is beautiful. We have the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse position. So that is progression. 6 to the 7, 7 to the 8. I figured out what I needed to do. I made the investment. I'm holding it together emotionally. 9 of Cups. You could be dealing with the water sign. You could be. I'm not, but I'm getting it together. And this is going to carry me very, very far. This decision I've made based on this investment. Time, resources, people, places. Coming together. Coming together. So the energy of the Emperor and the Empress is the ultimate end-all be-all here. It is multiple things. The Empress, for one, you asked for something to come, and it's coming. You had time to develop it. You had time to figure out where your stance was in the situation. This also represents your divine masculine and divine feminine agreeing to work together. I'll put it that way. Okay, so that's beautiful energy. Could be relationships for some people. Coming together with new business concepts. Expanding a business. But it is good relationship regardless of what that ship happens to be for you. Okay. And then the final card is the Two of Wands. You did all the research that was necessary in order to get to the energy of the Three of Wands, which is this new place that you want to be. So Capricorn, even though it looks as though you had some major challenges, it looks to me as though your independence versus codependence issue is solved by the end of the month here. You're doing all the right things. Do not fear taking the time that you need here, because that's what they're giving you. They're giving you time just to make sure that you can dot all the T's and cross all the I's before Mercury goes into retrograde in December. Okay? Do not fear going in and talking to your spirit team and asking for all the help that you can possibly get. They will help you with clearing your mind of the right appropriate steps. And then they're going to bring you to the promised land. They're going to bring you to the stability that it is that you feel that you might have lost or haven't haven't received up until this moment, okay? So your final card is going to be an oracle card and the advice from Spirit for our Capricorns based on this reading. Thank you. This was very full. I hope I did it justice so you guys understood what I was talking about. Not trying to be on here for 15 hours. Yes. You're noticing all the synchronicities that are stepping around your environment right now as well. You're noticing, and if you haven't noticed, you're going to start really noticing the rest of the synchronicities for the rest of this month, okay? Things, people, places, numbers, everything that you need showing up when it's supposed to be there. It's beautiful. So Capricorn, you really don't have anything to worry about. Your independence, I'm going to put it like this. You have removed yourself in one area and only to just like be crowned in another area. And it was shaky for you, but you're working your way through it as we speak, and that is the outcome that you get. So standing on your own 2 feet in the most high power, that's what I'm going to call this, is a beautiful thing. So congratulations, Capricorn. All right. I'm going to leave it with you there. Do all the like things, the share things, the subscribe things, the comment, the emoji things. Make sure you look at all of your other signage just to make sure you get a really true and full picture. But I'm going to go ahead and move on to our Virgo friends, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye for now. All right, it's time for my Virgo friends. Here we go. Celtic cross style, just in linear format for my space. And the same speech as everybody else. YouTube has gone through a lot of algorithmic shifts. And, we are taking both of those, they said. Okay. We are asking people to ensure that you are subscribed. Unsubscribe and resubscribe just to make sure that you're getting all of the things. And some of the more important things is making sure that you are commenting. Liking it, sharing it, commenting, or even putting a little emoji is allowing YouTube to know that even the channels that have lower viewers, and I don't mind. I think the people that are here are supposed to be here to grow exactly when it's supposed to grow. But if this could be one of the reasons that it's not, help a brother out. Comment, emoji, thumbs up, thumbs down, I don't really care. But it does indicate that the channel is being viewed, and that's important. Otherwise, they are removing people, and that, I think, is some BS. But whatever. So, that is my please help me out speech. As always, not everything that I'm going to share with you is going to resonate, Virgo. So if you are cognizant of your other signs, please make sure that you take a look at your other signs, because you could be in a different house than your first house, assuming that you are a Virgo sun. Alrighty. Wow. Okay. That looks good. There it is. 8, 9, and 10, please. 8, 9, and 10, please, for Virgo. 8, 9, and 10, please. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. We're going to have to do a card count here. Let's see, because all of these are meant to come out. All right, my Virgo friends. Bottom of the deck. There is an ending of a situation, a complete and utter we're dunsies type of a deal. 10 of Swords in the reverse position. That is what this situation is all about for you. Let us go ahead and examine what that means so that we can help you get to the beauty way of bringing that into fruition. 2 cards showed up here in the first position. Okay, and so I'm going to talk to you about both of them. The first one is the Ace of Coins in the reverse position. Now, the Ace of Coins in the reverse position is twofold. The first one is that timing is of the essence in your situation here, okay? And it's also indicating for some that you're spending too much time over contemplating something. Virgos, you don't do that, do you? You don't get into analysis paralysis ever, do you? I mean, no, we never do. I'm Virgo. So we want to take a look at this in its entirety, and especially because you have a major arcana that came with it, this is a warning card within this deck system. You could potentially be making a mistake, or you potentially saved yourself from making a mistake. I would have loved to have seen this in a different position. I would have loved to have seen this in the reverse to absolutely validate that. But regardless, the situation that you're feeling is though you could potentially be making a wrong decision at this time. Okay, so the major arcana of Libra, Venus coming in here with that Wheel of Fortune moment. You're nervous that you're making a wrong decision at this time. It's any other way to say it. Okay, covers all the bases. What is involved in this situation? Well, Virgo, what's going on and that's affecting us is where you're at with accepting something else that's gone on in the universe. The universe with this Four of Cups in the reverse has said that you've accepted something. And when you've accepted something, it means that through and through, you know that, you know, A1 times B2 equals wherever you decide to put that answer in the cell. Yes, I did that spreadsheet because that is how analytical Virgos can be. I know I am one. So you've already accepted something. So the other portion of this that gets discussed is the amount of potential healing also that you have to face in that. So in other words, it's okay to finish the healing process if you are making a huge shift at this particular moment in time, because this is big. The Ace of Coins, that's a no joke situation, and with the Wheel of Fortune with that Libra card, that's a no joke situation either. Heal if you need to heal. The representing the basis of the situation is you know you are ready to move forward and to do something, but this card is the energy of the Fool mixed in with the energy of the Magician. This actually gives you time. That's exactly what this card is asking you to do. Take a quick survey before you take this big leap. And Virgo, that makes you feel comfortable because you can see ahead. You can kind of get your trajectory going. You can kind of get your plans laid out. You can get your lists of lists prepared. This beautiful thing. Okay. Now, what happened within the recent past that is going along with the situation is that you made an investment in something. Now, an investment can be money, Seven of Coins in the reverse position. I think you invested in yourself. That's what I'm seeing here. Invested money, time, resources, and the whole purpose of it was to see the outcome of this growth with this 8 that you want to grow it into. So there's, I see it as nerves. I see it as nervous energy. That's how I see it. So this is the thing that kicks me though here is the present situation is you really feel as though you're not going in the right direction with the Six of Wands in the reverse. Like you feel like you are not victorious, or you are not reaping the rewards of this investment that you just made yesterday. And the universe is like, you have time, man. You have time. I'm joking because I am a Virgo and Virgo moon, and that is my emotional speak. So what you don't know, okay, is that your future involves the Six of Wands. You get it anyway. You're giving the universe a little side eye though. So allow yourself the time it takes for you to heal so that you don't feel as though you're having to make every decision in 5 minutes. Okay. All right, because this is what you get. Now, what is your power in this situation? Well, you got the King of Coins in the reverse position. The King of Coins in the reverse position is not investing anything else. This is a slowdown. And for me, it's not so much the energy of not feeling secure. For me, the way I'm seeing it here and the way that they're sharing this with me is be mindful of where you're investing your additional resources, because there is going to be a slowdown. Okay. Now, energetically at this time of the year, that's naturally how stuff happens anyway, right? I mean, we're getting ready to go into holiday season, and then we go into vacation seasons for most people. So this is the time of year where we examine our spending, examine our resources, and we make strategic choices about what it is that we're going to do with our investments. How other people in the situations around you are being affected by this? Well, it's the Four of Pentacles. I mean, it is feeling stable, right? So your effect around other people, with you kind of watching what it is that you're doing here, even with the investment that you're making into yourself, because I really feel that this is very strong for someone. Somebody here is a business owner. Somebody here is looking at becoming a business owner, investing in, investing. You could be doing Bitcoins or stock or something like that. I don't understand all that stuff, but somebody here is doing that, speculation. Somebody is doing that. And so you're worried about how it's going to affect other people. Please don't put any energy of worry into it, because that's what you call into yourself. This is the Four of Coins. This is being stable, and you're working your way into being more healthy when it comes to that thought process of stability for other people. Now, in the Hopes of Fears energy, what we do have is a very interesting energy. You got the Hierophant here. This is higher level commitment. Can I do this? Is this going to work? Is the universe blessing this marriage, right? Whatever that marriage happens to be. Now, it could be physical marriages for some people. Could be. The Hierophant mixed in with the Lovers does mean that there is an agreement, usually with a commitment, but it is asking you to examine that commitment. So if this is someone that's investing into their own business, if this is someone that's contemplating creating a partnership, I didn't really see partnership per se. To me, this is going all in with one's energy. But at the end of the day, there's more beauty in the hope of the energy than there would be for anything else. Now, here's where we get to the sexy with the outcome. Because you have 500 cards here. You and Capricorn, my goodness gracious. First and foremost, this is nothing but progressive, beautiful energy. Period. We had the Seven of Coins investment. We realize that there's going to have to be a rational decision about future monies. We go from the Four of Coins to the Five of Coins to the Six of Coins. You're balanced. You're going to be balanced. You are going to win. You're going to have balanced in and outflow. Okay, spreadsheet people. Your spreadsheet balances. The other thing that I think is stressing you out, though, and this is where you have to get over it, and this is why I know that you're in flux, and this is why this is so important here with the timing of the situation. Virgo, you know as well as I do that you don't have control over a dang thing when it comes to the universe. This Eight of Swords energy is the energy of you binding yourself up here because you're not getting the answer that you want right now, but you've got to let that go. You're going to create a situation mentally that is, this is your own doing here. You don't want to spread that energy to anybody else. So please go in and have conversation with Spirit. And the reason I bring that up is because if you don't control it, then you are going to find yourself in an unstable situation. You could potentially find yourself in an unstable situation if you don't get your thoughts in order right now. Let them go. So you're at the end of a situation. Let the negative thoughts go so the clean energy can come in. You have time. The universe is telling you that you have time here. You got time. We got time. We got time to work on the spreadsheet. Version 1, 2, 12, and 18 if we have to. But at minimum, release yourself from these thoughts. And I do feel that some of you are in that energy of releasing yourself. And so they are telling me that when you get to the point of releasing yourself, then you will allow the stability to come in. You got to do the work on that one, though. And they are not getting up on that one. Yeah. Business owner energy. You're not done with what it is that you're supposed to be doing. We have more for you. That's like, hello, can you keep your manifestations positive? Okay. Let's go ahead and close this out, Virgo, with advice with this last oracle card, and then I will close this out and go to my last sign, which is Taurus. Virgo has 2 cards. You can't make this shit up. You cannot make this shit up. The first thing is, from a spiritual perspective, please take the time to make sure that you are going in and you're being the hermit and you're doing what you have to do. Put that good mojo out there so that you can come out refreshed for this new adventure, because the universe really does have some good things for you. This is all about you. Listen, most other signs had all of their other shifting like here. The only way the outcome comes out positive for you is if you shift this, right? Stinkin' thinkin' energy. You can do it though, because it does show up. It does look like things are going to work itself out. So just put that off to the side. Think about the next things that you're doing as a beautiful adventure, and you're going to get there. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. So that is what I have for you. I think I gave my commercial in the future, in the beginning of this video. So I'm just going to say thank you so much. And I'm going to move on now to our Taurus friends. Get this table cleaned up. Bye for now. Hello, Taurus friends. You are the last reading that we are doing today with these mid-month check-ins. So, I'm going to give you the same spiel I did everybody else. We are doing the Celtic cross, but we are doing it in linear fashion so that I can utilize my space effectively. Number dos. You're going to hear this from a lot of the YouTube collective here. There has been some significant algorithm changes, and YouTube has unsubscribed people from their various channels. And so what you have to be able to do is make sure that you are commenting, liking, even if it's just an emoji, so that you are having an influence on the YouTube pages, collaborators, creators, whatever term you want to call us, being seen, period. That's just what's up. The other thing is make sure that you are going in and unsubscribing and resubscribing as an option. Make sure that you have all of the notifications bell turned on, and then if you need to turn it off later, you can do that if there's something specific that you are trying to whittle down to. But we gotta reset. We need your help, so we're asking for you to do that. Okay, thank you. That was my commercial. As always, the other half of that is if you do not resonate, 100% with everything that you hear, make sure that you are taking a look at all of your placements, because you may be in a different turn of the solar system than what it is that we have going on here. God bless it. I knew it was going to happen. Okay. Every sign has gotten multiples in a couple of different areas. So, yeah. Now I lost my place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Yeah. So that's the near future. Let's get into 7, 8, 9, and 10 for our Taurus. Wait, did it not? Nope, I'm not chasing. It needs to pop out, universe. You know me. 7, 8, 9, and 10 for Taurus. So hopefully you took a look at the collective information at the very beginning. If you didn't, then we are talking about mid-month check-ins with all of this collective energy that we've had with all of the things. And we have another big thing coming up, which is the 11-22-22, even though we're still in the ending portion of the 11-11. There's a lot. Everyone is going through something regardless of who you are on the planet. Wow, that's better. I like to see that. So try to give yourself and give other people a break. That's basically the end-all be-all. Not going to really do any clarifiers because for the most part, this looks pretty clean. This has to do with how you are going to do it. Yes, I like saying this though. Dodging a bullet here before the end of the month, Taurus. I like it. So this is the energy of the Tower in the reverse position. Now, technically, Mars is in retrograde. And it is mixed in with the energy of the Star card, okay? But when the Tower is in the reverse with this one, you're dodging a bullet. Something that you thought you wanted is not the right thing, and the universe saw fit to give you the wherewithal to shift it, okay? So dodging a major bullet here. Let's go ahead and jump in. What is the basis of the situation? Well, a decision that you made in the past, the Ace of Swords, a hard decision affecting your autonomy. So the Nine of Swords affecting your autonomy, affecting how you are being seen, how you are making money, So for some of you, this was like a temporary job or a temporary project or something like that that you needed to take in the past. And here you are. You are highly involved in changing the situation. So the Hierophant, obviously you, being mixed in with the energy of Aries, which is the Emperor, is about how you are going to shift and change this situation. And the universe is saying that you're going to do it. You've got this Ten of Wands representing the basis of the situation. You know that something is no longer for you. Temporary project, whatever the case may be. Could have been a full-time job. It doesn't really matter. But you're involved in something that's affecting you personally right now, and how you feel about yourself, and how you feel tied to something that you don't like. And so the universe is like, no, we're gonna shift that. Here you are as the King of Coins, representing the past that's relevant to the situation. Again, you did what you needed to do. Temporary work project, side gig, side hustle, whatever word you want to use, as a potential to get the thing done that needed to get done. Okay? Two of Coins, though, represents the present, and that you are now, this is funny because they're asking me to use the word low funds. They've never asked me to use that in this card. Low funds. You are at the position where you have low funds, but you would like to have high funds. Higher funds, okay? So you are balancing, scrambling, trying to make things work and manage, but something's got to go. Something that you're doing is affecting your whole self, and you are the only person that can make this shift and this change, okay? So the low funds isn't going to be resonant with everyone, but someone will. They turned on when they heard that. Okay. You got triplicate coming on here in the 6th position. So we are going to start with this. Major Arcana. Again, there is the Devil card in the near future. This is your ability to be balanced or imbalanced based upon the decision it is that you make. But this is also mixed in with the Capricorn Major Arcana. How hard are you willing to work for that? Imbalance. You're not. There's the Ten of Swords in the reverse position. You're going to get this 3 of Coins. Some of you guys are looking for new work or additional work, and that's exactly what you're going to get. Representing your power in the situation, exactly what I said from the very beginning. This is a strong warning card in this particular deck, which is the In-Between Tarot, by the way. I'm sure you guys have been familiar with it. I've loved using this deck for the past several years. This is a warning. This is the universe. This is Lady Venus. This is your mama going, hello, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? That is affecting your money. That's the Wheel of Fortune coming in. This literally is Mama Venus coming in here and going, what are you doing? That is no bueno. Okay. The effects of this and people around you happens to be their cup of love into your cup of love. So if you are in a committed relationship, marriage, committed, whatever the case may be, I don't know, whatever. You're definitely trying to get to this 10 of Cups moment where we're satisfying everyone, but right now the energy is you personally aren't even satisfied with what's going on. So your most loving partners are going to be satisfied if you're satisfied, and if they're not satisfied because you're not satisfied because they're not satisfied, it's just that whole cycle. People are supporting you, in other words. They want you to be happy. Your hopes and fears is that you're going to make another mistake by leaping. But the energy with the Fool here mixed in with the Magician is so sexy because it gives you time to survey. It gives you time to take a look. It gives you time to have a practice run. Look at some things. Go take some extra interviews. Go do the thing. Do the things that you can do. But you don't have to make a final choice right at this second. This is a pass from the universe. Not a long time, but there is time that's baked in and devoted before you take the strong, long haul. So the Magician energy in this is, what would you really like to experience, and really start putting your foot forward and communicating that out. Use your throat chakra, people. The universe can't give it to you if you don't tell them what you want, even though they know. But you have to, like, command it, right? The outcome of the situation, and you're already in this. You and, shoot, who was the other sign that that got this. Oh, well, Virgo just got this like this too. Well, I guess there was a couple. Anyway, with the outcome showing up in the sideways position, you would literally are 100% controlling this. 100%. This is beautiful. This is the Two of Wands. This is the Two of Wands wanting to transition into the Three of Wands, right? Low funds into more funds, or low going back into high. You're in the energy of needing to do the research, but basically the research and the time and energy and effort that you put into this is what's going to create the outcome. So don't stop. Keep moving. You're dodging a bullet right now. Oh, and the bottom of the deck, Magician. Create what you want. For stability, new job, increased work, okay? That's exactly what it's about. Put forth the effort. So that was easy. Staples button, ping. That was easy. That was easy. Taurus, you're going to get what you need because you know something is not right and you want to do the right thing. So start doing the right thing. Continue to put your energy and effort into doing the research for the things that you would like to experience next. And even though we're still on the end of the 11/11, you can manifest what you want at any time of the year. Those big portals that we have are the bigger portals that give us the extra juju. And you have another one coming up on 11/22/22. So you got time. Make it happen. Okay? Here is your final card. This is a suggestion from the universe for you, Taurus. Okay? Woo! What did I tell you? Right now, there could be an issue with your domestic harmony. Whether you're single or married or whatever the case may be, what decision you're making or the decisions that you will be making have everything to do with creating a happy home and or a happy workplace, if this has nothing to do with a personal relationship and this is business decision. But you still deserve to be happy with where you work. You still deserve to get something out of it. You still deserve to have a place that you want to go into on a daily basis or a weekly basis or whatever the situation happens to be for you. Even if it's just you driving your car, making deliveries, or whatever it is that you happen to be wanting to do as an additional side hustle. Domestic harmony is very, very important. And domestic harmony is what you're going to get. Notice the number 10. Okay? Something must shift. They told you 15, 11 times. You're going to do it though. So congratulations, Taurus, on continuing to do the work so that you can get a better outcome, because that's exactly what's coming for you. Okay. So that is what I have for all of you. I am so grateful and happy to be able to sit down and do this. I love, love, love talking to my community, and I love that you guys keep me busy with personal readings. Love it. But I am, trying to do a better job of blocking my time out so that I have time to do this for other people, because not everybody has the time or the resources to take even the smaller dollar amount sessions that I have. So if you are not affiliated with my Facebook page, please make sure that you do that, because I very often go on Facebook and do free and or extremely reduced readings, and I want to be able to serve as many people as I possibly can. And I am going to try to come on here around the 22nd of November on YouTube. If I have to stream it to get it on both places, I might try to do that. But anyway, that is what I have for everyone. Many blessings to all of you. Remember, we're all in this together. Every single one of us is trying to strive forward to shine from within. Every single one of us has to work on vacuuming away the fear that could be holding us back from the healing that we're currently going through, from walking away from the older situations that no longer serve us, because we are tired of being all tied up. Every single one of us, in one way, shape, form, fashion, or another, is going through the same thing. So that is what I have for you guys. Many blessings, and we will talk to you next time. Bye for now, everybody. Thank you.